I kind of
Jeez.
like save my reactions to actually just watch them live streams, so it's like more authentic. But I figured we could probably, unless we get taken down or something by it, but I don't think
That
so.
would suck. Sometimes Warner Brothers does that. Like, ugh, they're tough.
Dude,
Warner
Warner
Bros.
Brothers are dude, fuck.
Scummy,
Yeah,
scummy behavior.
yeah. They copyrighted the fan film again.
Really? Oh
Yeah,
yeah,
dude.
you were
It's
talking
just
about that. Oh my
ridiculous,
gosh.
insane. After my Acolyte review, they just or after the explained video, they copyrighted the video. So strange. Like,
I had an Anakin comp ready to go, and that got blocked. And then I went in and I cut everything out, and then new shit got blocked. And I was like, all right, it's not going. This is
yeah,
not going up.
no, it's weird, man. They're weirdos.
I don't even know if it's like the length of it, because normally in videos it's like you use footage of Anakin images. It's all good, but for some reason I think it's because it's so long. The system thinks you're trying to upload the whole movie or something like that. I don't know.
Wait, what happened?
Yeah, I had like an Anakin lore compilation, just like videos I'd made before all put together, and
Yeah.
that got blocked. And then I removed all the parts that they said were issues, re-edited it, and then like it just came back with a whole bunch of new ones. So I think they're trying to prevent the whole film being uploaded, or I don't
What
know.
did
YouTube.
you? Oh, that's strange. Usually, if you
Yeah,
go over like 10 seconds, they can copyright it.
yeah, I've tried to stay below 7. And then like at first it was all Revenge of the Sith clips that were getting copyrighted, and then I went and I fixed all those, and then it was Clone Wars, and I was like, all right, this is not going through.
What?
Yeah. So, but all those videos, that are not put together are all on the channel, no problems.
It's really weird.
Yeah. I mean, typically the more obscure lore doesn't get caught up or anything. That's normally fine. It's just when you're talking about like the mainline movies that I run into the problem.
That's bizarre. Um, what's up, chat? Welcome to another stream. We figured we would just hit live as we're chatting backstage, and we're gonna react to the. I haven't seen the trailer yet. Wave has seen it. I haven't seen the Superman trailer, but I figured we'd watch that live, react to it, and see how it goes. And then we'll talk about Star Wars. I uploaded the Vader fan film, like 2-3 second clip from one of the characters I created, which I'll announce in 2025. More of the backstory of these characters, and yeah, hope you guys enjoy it. There's like 7 new photos as well. No
I think the
dash.
Wookiee Jedi looks so freaking good.
Yeah,
He's got like that pauldron on
yeah.
with like the markings on it. It's like holy shit. The Wookiee in the Acolyte was so disappointing. It was like
I know.
I was waiting for it to throw down, and it's like, oh, we cut that. It's like, oh,
The Acolyte in general was disappointing.
yeah, understatement of the century. Oh.
Yeah, no dash today. No, he's doing Christmas stuff. I think he's gone to New Zealand.
Hopefully next time that'll be like a day after Christmas cast. That should be pretty fun.
Yeah, maybe. You cried watching the trailer. I saw Josh's tweets. They said he just didn't like it, but I still haven't watched it yet. So let me put it on screen here. Boom, 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 boom. Hopefully we don't get copped, man.
Yeah, that would suck. Warner
AKA
Brothers.
copyrighted.
God.
It'll show up. It'll show up on here if we do. So you guys
Oh,
can see
so we'll know fast. We'll know fast.
the behind the scenes. It'll be like a yellow bar that'll show up right here, and it'll say like copyright detected. Your video may be blocked. So I'm gonna keep an eye on that.
Yeah, I dug the trailer. I thought it was pretty good. I hope you like it. Are you a Superman fan?
Dude, I'm a huge Superman fan, but I mean, I'm a big Man of Steel fan. I'm a
Interesting.
huge Henry Cavill fan. So I think that's real Superman. But well, I don't know. We'll see how this goes. It's supposed to be a younger Superman. So Superman official teaser trailer. David Cornsweat, Rachel right, whatever. Go. It's like straight out of Dragon Ball. David Payne? No way. Okay.
That part's great.
Crypto.
Holy shit, they got
Oh.
crypto.
Take me home.
What the hell?
Superman.
That feels like real comic book-esque, I gotta say.
Yeah, they're definitely smashing the universe open right away.
Yeah. Yeah, that's really comic book, man. That feels like everything DC kind of, well, it's weird. It doesn't feel like dark DC anymore.
Right.
But
Is it
if I compare them, if I compare like what DC was before this, kind of like even the color grading and the feel and the way it was shot, I feel like it was much darker, more evolved, more insidious, more I want to say
Mature.
cinematic, mature. Yeah, this is much more comic book. It's warm, a little more hopeful. It completely different feel. Totally different feel.
Yeah, intentionally. Like, so very intentionally.
Yeah.
I think it's just a little bit more hopeful, which is something that I like about Superman, obviously, as a comic book character. I didn't love the Zack Snyder depiction on the DCU or EU. I think it was a little bit too grim, a little bit too bleak. I
Yeah.
think Henry Cavill was a phenomenal choice for Superman that never got his day in the sun, which is super
No pun intended.
disappointing. No, exactly. I think Cavill would have absolutely knocked a second Man of Steel out of the park.
Yeah. That's unfortunate. I really think that Henry Cavill should have been given another chance. He should have starred in this one. Like, maybe people are going to say he's too old or whatever. I don't think so.
They could always do one day. I hope they do like the whole multiversal story in DC too. Now that Marvel broke it open, I'd be surprised if we don't get Cavill back one day. Sincerely,
I feel like this guy is perfect for playing a young, inexperienced Superman.
mm-hmm.
Yeah. So
I just like when Superman deals with like real life struggles. People getting
it's
sick
like
in
Yamcha,
his
man.
family.
It's like Dragon Ball, dude. Literally.
It is. The opening is very Dragon Ball like.
It's fucking Yamcha. Oh, God.
Did you like Crypto?
Yeah, I love Crypto.
I think that Crypto's a great addition. I love how he appears in the trailer too. It's just
Very warm.
Yeah. Different.
The whole color grading is just, everything's just so warm. Even here, like it's warm. It looks warm. Like it's
like the sky.
yeah, everything. It's not like totally blue and Yeah, no, he made it very like warm and heroic looking.
Snyder's movies are always really stylized, and it can be tough to like. It almost looks like in a Snyder movie, there's more frames, if you know what I mean, like the way that people move.
Yeah, I agree. So like, let's take Man of Steel trailer,
That's a
for
great
example.
trailer too.
For example, and let's just compare. Man of Steel trailer. Where's the original one? Oh, okay, sure. Let's do this. You see, like it just looks
Yeah,
already. It's darker. Everything is just.
I do love that Man of Steel trailer though.
Yeah. Everything's just much more like gritty, cinematic with the old one. Yeah, dude. See like how like it actually looks cold.
Hmm.
Yeah, that's interesting.
What do you think? I mean, what do you prefer stylistically? Because that's really all we can judge based off of this teaser trailer.
So
We
I
don't
mean,
really have plot.
yeah, it's totally different. I'm gonna ask you what you think in a second, and chat what you guys think. But personally, I prefer more serious, more dark undertones. But Superman is supposed to be hopeful. It's supposed to be warm, but this is just a totally different feel. And for a younger Superman, I guess it makes sense. But if you were to do that in a Batman film, I don't think it would really hit.
No, that's what I'm worried about. I don't want the DCEU Batman to be like it may work contrasted with like the dark Batman by the brighter colors, but it could very easily not work too.
Hmm.
See, that's just great where he's gathering
Yeah,
energy.
yeah. Yeah, you can't. Yeah, you can't beat the old one. And maybe it's not supposed to beat it. It's just supposed to be different. So you know, um, yeah.
I like the more hopeful Superman personally.
Oh,
I
yeah.
think I do because the stuff that I identify with in the comics with Superman is his very human like struggles. You know, his parents are getting old or his parents' farm isn't performing very well. And I get that emotion and how he wants to be the foundation of just what a good man should be.
Yeah.
And that's what I've always connected to. Not that Man of Steel doesn't have those elements, but I think that as you're saying, Man of Steel is more of a cinematic showcase where the parts that I like about Superman are more emotional, where he's ultra powerful, but his struggles are extremely human.
Yeah.
And I just love that.
Yeah. No, I agree with that. I think it's a totally different look, and that's probably what they're going for. Let me see. Hold on. I didn't even focus on Lois in this one. Hold on. Let me see. Let me see. Let me see. Oh. Hmm.
Crypto. Home. Take me home.
Snaps the kid's head. It's like when Spider-Man gets his powers, he like has to turn the door really carefully.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know how I feel about Lex.
Me neither. Because Lex is supposed to be tough and like, not that What's the actor's name again? Something Holt. Is it Nicholas Holt? Is that his name?
This guy?
Yeah, I think Lex is played by. I think that's the actor's name.
Uh,
He's a
I
good
mean,
actor. He's definitely a step forward from Jesse Eisenberg, in my opinion.
okay, Jesse Eisenberg as Lex Luthor was. I didn't agree with that choice.
I think it's one of the worst miscasts in comic book movie history.
It's the biggest miscast. I mean, he would have been the Riddler.
Yeah. Even
Would have been-
he's
would have been
almost
the
too goofy for the Riddler. So
Well, he just-
I'll have to
yeah,
see.
It's yeah.
I
And that's
always
the
thought
thing
Bryan
is-
Cranston was good. That's obviously the easy choice, but
Oh, he'd be old. He'd be like an old Lex Luthor.
yeah. I don't know. Or maybe
Um,
you could have him be like his Lex's dad and then have like the more ambitious younger Lex. Just like if you have the younger
yeah,
Superman.
yeah. Who was Lex in Smallville? I think it was like Rosenbaum or something. What was his name?
Yeah, is it Michael Rosenbaum? or
Michael
something?
Rosenbaum, I think.
He was pretty good.
He was a good Lex. Yeah.
See, I
Um,
want something more like that.
Yeah, Kevin Spacey was a good Lex.
He was a pretty good Lex.
I don't know who would be a good Lex Luthor. I can't really think of it actually.
Who is like ambition, an actor that you can see be very ambitious and look good bald, which not
That's the
everybody
thing.
can.
No, you can't. Being bald is a hit or miss. It's like if you can pull it off, you're Jason Statham. If you can't, you fuck, dude.
Yeah.
Better work on your other stats.
Stats. No, Lex is a tough cast actually, because we can all sit here and armchair criticize the casting of him.
Oh, you know what? Bill
Bill Sk-
Skarsgård, maybe.
Maybe.
Gene Hackman. I mean, he's old. Jesse Pinkman. He's old.
Someone said James McAvoy. I don't really see it. Maybe Hugh Jackman. No, thank you.
The one from Supergirl. I didn't watch Supergirl.
Neither did I.
Nappa could have been. Oh, that's great. That is great, dude.
I don't know. He's hard to cast.
John Cena. Chad, I've been working on my comic book. Speaking of all this, and what reminded me of that was when I went really dark, and I was like, "What if he just snaps her neck?" I've been writing my comic book, and I was wondering if you would like to hear just a simple paragraph. The comic it's very, very story centric, but it's also really violent, and that's kind of what I'm like debating if I should go along that path. What do you think, Wave?
Like Invincible. I think you should.
It's
I think
more well, yeah, I guess. But in comic book format and in like also book format, where it's just like the way I describe things, it's sometimes I'm writing it and I'm like, what's wrong with me?
no, do it.
it-
I think that if you can elicit any emotion from the reader, that's a good thing, unless it's like rage or disappointment.
No, there's none of that. But it's just yeah, it's pretty.
I would do it.
It's
People
gonna
love
get
it in Invincible.
a lot of the the Twitter people are gonna be like, he's sadistic. What's wrong with him?
Well, the world's sadistic. People are sadistic. If you're trying to establish,
Not
threats,
that I care.
tension, no. I think you should. I think that's what I like a little bit about the first few episodes of Skeleton Crew, where
Mm,
there are moments of shocking violence in it, but
mm.
because it's in a kid's show, it's sort of comedic in a really dark way.
Yeah.
No, I would do it. I would
Yeah, I'm
lean all the
enjoying
way
it.
in.
Yeah, it's kind of like harkens to the original videos on the channel with like the fan fictions that go really dark.
Yes. Star Wars is always
Hell
amazing
yeah.
dark.
I'd be a good Lex Luthor. Denzel W as Lex would be controversial. Okay, well, we don't want to be controversial. We want a good Lex Luthor.
Denzel would probably kill it as Lex, honestly.
It's the best.
Cat Williams.
Um, Joe Rogan.
I would be very surprised if Rogan can act.
When will my Roger Christian saber get here? A lot of people got their tracking
Oh, let's go.
already. But most likely early January. If you're really lucky, before that. Danny DeVito as Lex. Some of you might get it next week, actually. But it depends where you're at in the world.
Michael Fassbender, he might be a good Lex, actually.
Don't play Superman trailer, you'll be taken down. Not yet. The stream might get blocked afterwards, so everyone who's here, what's up? You got 1,200 people in the chat, just about, and 294 likes. Let's try to even that out if we can, please.
What's up, guys?
Craven's better than Morbius, but that's not saying much. It wasn't great, that's for sure. If you guys ever want me on again, I'll be here. Much love. I didn't see Craven. Anybody in the chat seen Craven?
I didn't. I missed it.
What's up, Rossi? What's up, CB? What up, Dirty D Senpai? Dirty D. Maybe Superman was fighting some Cybermen at the start, which explains his Yamcha pose. Yeah. Star Wars, Superman, all great stuff. But let's get serious here, fellas. What are the top 5 best dinosaurs of all time? Love you, Soup, says a hello there. And hello there to Mr. Theory. Well,
That's
you
my
used to,
boy.
before Stupendous Wave, you used to be, well, you were always Stupendous Wave, but you used to do Jurassic Park videos.
Yeah, I freaking love dinosaurs, man.
Yeah.
The channel just started out as like whatever I'm into is what we're talking about, you know?
Is he here?
Who's here?
Dash, do you want to come on?
Dash start? Yeah, come on, Dash.
I think he's he said he couldn't make it because he's
Oh, he said he was going to be with his brother or something.
he's in New Zealand.
Yeah. Merry Christmas, Dash. I've always found myself connecting way more to Spider-Man than Superman. I don't know if that's like the nature and when I grew up, but I always related so much more to Spider-Man. And what Dash says about gauging his like level of damage is super accurate because you don't really know the limits of what Superman is capable of. That's the point. But Spider-Man is a superhero, but he has well-defined limits. And when he pushes those limits, I'm worried for him. And I don't know. I've just always thought that Spider-Man was a more interesting character and one that I connected far more with. Although I do like when Superman and Doomsday fight. You don't really get the whole, universe shaking stuff.
A good friend of mine was Doomsday in the show.
Really?
Yeah,
Which show was it?
The Superman and Lois show.
Did he enjoy it? What was his experience like?
Yeah. He was also he did all the mocap for Marcus Phoenix in Gears of War.
That's super cool. It's not often you're not friends with Doomsday every day.
No, he's a cool guy. I knew him way before that, like over 10 years ago.
Oh wow.
He was one of the announcers on my on my first strongman competition I ever did when I was like 23 or something.
So you met him not online at all. It was just
in person. Yeah, and then I'm like, what the fuck? What are you doing?
Is he a strong man or does he?
Oh
do
yeah,
stuff
dude.
like that?
Well, he's a power lifter, but he's also a fighter, but I mean, he's like what, late 40s or 50s now. He's just one of those like dudes that just is constantly strong no matter the age.
That's a man. He's a man.
Man's man. We gotta get that 4-year badge. I know, dude. You're right. We do. DC was never dark as a whole. Batman was dark. James Gunn nailed the bright, warm feel of DC and Superman, in my opinion. Oh, right on. Cyber theory. Interesting. Nappa could play a good Lex. John Cryer was a great Lex in Supergirl. Theory as Lex Luthor. Denzel.
Oh, my cat.
Billy Zane. Bro, what the hell? Thank you, Caleb. Let's get serious. We answered this one. Okay, so my top 5 dinosaurs would be T-Rex, Velociraptor, Brontosaurus. Oh gosh, what's the other one?
Allosaurus.
Allosaurus, and pterodactyl.
The Allosaurus is like the wolf of dinosaurs. If you look at T-Rex as like the lion, I look at Allosaurus as the wolf. I think they were pack hunters, and I don't think T-Rexes were,
Am I thinking
which
of
is
the right?
cool.
Oh no, not Allosaurus. It's the gosh, what is it? It's the one with the massive like spine.
Oh, Stegosaurus?
Spontosaurus? Is it Stegosaurus? It could be.
Is it an herbivore?
No, it's not Stegosaurus. It's
Triceratops?
no, it's not I like Triceratops too.
Dimetrodon?
No,
Dimetrodon has like a big Spinosaurus. That's what you're thinking of.
I think it could be Spinosaurus. Yep. No. No.
He had a big sail on his back. In Jurassic Park 3, he's like bipedal. The real one walked on 4 legs.
I think he's herbivore.
It's not Stegosaurus?
Stega. No. It could be Spinosaurus.
They have like a long snout and a sail.
Could be. Look at the
Baryonyx. People are saying Baryonyx. Ankylosaurus.
Could be Spinosaurus. I remember I had the toy when I was a kid.
If the Ankylosaurus or Ankylosaurus, they have the big old like club for a tail. Have you seen that?
Yeah. Those guys.
Is that what
cool.
it is? Yeah, no, they
fought.
I think they fought T-Rex, and they would like hit the hip of the T-Rex and try to shatter it.
Crush his bones. Storytelling will make or break Superman. Yes. Storytelling makes or breaks everything.
Yeah, it does.
Loving the duo. Right on. Thanks, man.
Thanks, man.
I'm gonna show you guys the little clip there. Just like 2-second clip. And then we got some photos.
I have so many questions, and it's I don't know what I like am allowed to ask, you know?
I mean, you ask whatever, I just might not answer it.
Right. So the guy with the yellow lightsaber, is he inspired by like the Jedi shadows at all?
Orange
Lightsaber. Okay, I'm glad I asked.
Orange lightsaber.
Okay.
I really like how we were able to get, like, this is something that was really important, was to get that old school Knights of the Old Republic, like George Lucas era look of the lightsabers, where it's like
a shimmer.
It's like it's literally evaporating the air molecules, the water molecules in the air, you know, where it's just like, it's just so, it looks hot.
Yeah.
Like when it moves, like you can see the air around it almost. I don't know how to explain it, but we were able to get that density of the lightsaber, which I think is really really important. A lot of detail, a lot of little things that nobody would expect, but like
you added
overall.
aura to your lightsabers.
Yeah.
I thought the lightsabers in the Kenobi show were so jarring because lightsabers before didn't illuminate an environment like they did in that show. And so I felt like the continuity was a little out of place because the normal lightsabers just didn't look anything like they did in the show.
Yeah. No, they didn't.
Which I'm all for, you know, like artistic vision, but you gotta, if it's Star Wars, the story is more important. And when you make a lightsaber look different, you better have a really good reason for it.
I agree.
Yeah, they did look like amusement park sabers.
Effervescent.
Thanks, Lee.
Sam Witwer, why? What up, Waffs?
Waffs knows his dinosaurs.
He knows his lore.
Yeah.
Hey, Mike.
Dino lore.
I'm at work on a ship for the next 2.5 months, working from midnight to noon, 7 days a week, so I won't be able to catch you guys until the end of February. Adios, fellas. See you then. Hey, best of luck, man.
Good luck,
And
Ethan.
work hard. Keep saying Billy Zane. Zanine. Just finished The Penguin. Amazing show, says Austin. What's your name? What's your quest? What is the capital of Assyria? I'm confused by this question.
I can answer the first two.
I think it's something from a movie, but I'm not sure. Dude, I made a big mistake today. I didn't eat anything, and I've been drinking like a lot of really strong, fresh green tea that I made, and like I just feel like puking now.
Because you didn't eat? I normally just push my meal. I do like the intermittent fasting thing because I have such a hard time restricting calorie intake. So I just eat it all at the end of the day.
Oh, really? No.
Yeah.
No.
I mean, that's just what's worked for me.
New Superman looks like shit. If it's comic accurate, it doesn't translate well to film. Only Henry works because how different he was from the comics and was the only way to bring him in mainstream audience, says Nicholas. Fair. New Superman is a big Star Wars nerd too. Oh, is he?
Oh, that's cool. What Star Wars fan? What kind of Star Wars fan is he?
Acolyte? Disney Star Wars? Sequels? I gave the trailer Superman 8 out of 10. It was hopeful. I'm a normie when it comes to Superman, so I come from a glance of ignorance. It did give me feels. Ankylosaurus? No, thank you, Ethan. What are your thoughts on Godzilla movies? What are your thoughts about World War II in general?
This is what we talk about. That's my best friend in the world. We literally just talked about today for like an hour World War II and Godzilla movies.
Yeah, Godzilla's cool. I was a huge Godzilla fan when I was a kid. I had this toy that I got for Christmas where you pour water in him and it heats up and then he like shoots out smoke.
Really? That's awesome.
It was the coolest toy. Anybody from the 90s remember that? It was the coolest toy. I think it was like back then, it must have been like $80 or something, or like $100. You know, it's really not like crazy technology. They literally probably just have like a water boiler in the, or they just turn it into, you know, steam somehow, but it was cool.
I remember being a kid when Spider-Man 3 came out, and it came with like its own Venom goo. And I was playing with the goo in my parents' bathroom, and it like went down the drain. And my dad came in the next day. He was like, "What the fuck did you put down the drain?" I was like, "I don't know. This is weird."
It's like, oh shit, it's a symbiote. He should have gone with it and be like, there's something wrong with me.
He's like, I don't know what you're talking about.
Did you see the near final rebuild of canceled Star Wars Battlefront 3? I saw a bit of a trailer or something, gameplay or something someone sent me. Love seeing the updates for Vader 2. Tim and the boys are doing some mighty amazing work over there. They absolutely are. Thank you, Matt. And thanks for your work on it originally. Appreciate all you do for the Star Wars fandom. Always a joy to watch your content. Thank you. Thank you, Shade. And thank you guys for watching. You can quote the entire trench run from memory. What, the new actor for Superman?
That's good.
Cool.
I don't imagine it's very long, but still very good.
You should get Roger to make new custom sabers. Yeah, we have a lot planned in 25. We were just talking today, actually. So stay tuned. Who has a bigger chance of making a successful film universe comeback, Star Wars or DC? I think Star Wars, Jon Favreau and Dave Filoni take over. Star Wars does. Star Wars is the biggest franchise on the face of the earth. And if they were to really do it right properly, there's nothing that could get in its way. It will overshadow literally everything. Everything.
It's
DC,
it's the only
Marvel.
one that's cross-generational is the thing.
Yeah. But the problem is you have to do it right. That's the thing. Is like it only has this power, like, you know, if the stars align and the moon shines right, or, you know, it's like it has to be done right, and then it will absolutely decimate everything at the box office, no matter what you put out. You could put out freaking Endgame, and if you have like a proper, George Lucas, whatever, episode 7 or some shit, it would be number one. It wouldn't matter.
Yeah, no, Star Wars' potential is greater than any of these franchises. There's no DC and Marvel are direct competitors. Star Wars does not have a direct sci-fi competitor. It's literally to the moon if they get it right.
Yeah.
There's nothing that it even like is a stone throw away from anything like it. But, that's why it's ultra disappointing when they fuck up something that should be this,
Well,
you would think, easy.
you know what it's like? It's like the other guys are shining because Star Wars is like sick. They're down and out. It's like, well, they're not around. What do you expect?
Yeah, I don't know. I think the company has to get to a point where it wants to change before it's going to. That's just part of it.
They have their heads too far up, where?
In the unknown regions, too far up their unknown regions.
Do you have any interesting facts about the Roman Empire? I do not.
I don't actually today either. I moved on to World War One.
My man, you got any Saber announcements? Yeah, of course. I mean, something just came in the mail today. I literally picked it up about 40 minutes ago. Literally 40 minutes. I got to my desk around like 4:59, I think it was. And yeah. So that's cool. We're working on that. We got about 6 new Sabers coming out, including one that you really are waiting for. And a lot of well, you guys will see.
Stay tuned.
What's up, Theory and Wave, says Adrian. Love being able to work from home and hang with you guys. Over 2 years membership, crazy. Can't wait for my next Saber purchase and the Vader fan film. Much love from Brisbane, Australia. Well, thank you, Adrian. I'm glad you're able to work from home and hang out with us.
Yeah, for real.
And thank you for the 2-year membership. DF relies way too much on Ahsoka. It gets annoying. Yeah, they got to branch out, dude.
They do.
There's so much Star Wars lore to cover and make, and they just, I don't know.
Well, here's another upside for Star Wars, and I'd love to hear how you feel about this too. But Star Wars isn't like a Marvel or a DC where you have to go solely based on characters. In Star Wars, you can do a brand new timeline in whatever section of the galaxy you want, and the story potential there is limitless. Where if DC came out and they said, hey, you don't know any of these characters, you don't know this time period, but it's set in the universe, the viewership wouldn't be there. But because Star Wars is structured as a gigantic long narrative and not, episodic, if you will, but rather a story in its own reality, the potential is just endless there.
It is. They just, while I think the while I think Skeleton Crew is a cute show, they could have spent that money and time making something that was, actually Star Wars, something Old Republic or whatever. But instead, they're focusing on, they're just missing the mark, man.
They're really comfortable in the post Return of the Jedi era. They're really comfortable there, and I think they need to just break that off.
Yeah. My question is, why can't studios just fund a film, then get out of the way and let them make a movie? They always got to try and steer the ship. Yeah, well, that's the thing with Hollywood, and that's why George never worked in it. And that's why he probably regrets selling to Hollywood.
I struggle with that, though.
Well, the problem is, like, when you have, let's say me, for example, they hire me, I'm a Star Wars fan, and I want to do it right, the way George Lucas would. They hire me, I sign a contract, they're paying my bills, they're paying me, obviously, and they say, okay, write us a story. So I write them a story, and then it goes passed around a board of executives that are in charge of whatever, the shares, how the company goes, what direction they want it to go in. all of their agendas, and what this guy says may not be what that guy says, but they all have to agree eventually and conform to one another essentially. And I come up with the script, and then they bring it back with a shit ton of amendments and changes. And we want this. We want the main character to be a girl. We want this in there. We want that in there. Change this, change that. The ending can be this. So then I rewrite the whole thing, give it back to them with their amendments. Then they make more amendments and give it back to me. By the end of it, it's not the original story that I had given them. And what can I say? Because I signed a contract. I'm here to make a movie. It's not originally what I signed up for, but they're also paying, X millions of dollars. And as a movie maker, I'm now bound to complete the film. Otherwise, I get sued, or, just looks like, creative differences. We're going with a different director. And that's probably why so many different directors come and go in Star Wars. And Kathleen has to, announce a new project every 6 months because nobody wants to stay on board because it's not their vision anymore. Right? Originally, it's like you get into a relationship and it's like, okay, these are the terms. This is how the person is. And then all of a sudden it changes. And it's like, what happened? What's going on? This is not what I signed up for. And I think that's kind of probably what happens with the whole board of executives thing. And I call them the suits. And I think they need to get out of the way and just let the creatives do their creative thing. But the problem is, they let the creatives like Rian Johnson do whatever he wants. They let the creatives like Leslie Headland do whatever she wants. But when it comes to actual fans of Star Wars, like Stuart Beattie, they take his script and they completely change it around, deform it, and then get other people to reenact parts of it by essentially copying it, but dumbing it down and making it super lame.
I think Ryan and the creatives like Leslie Headland are a part of the same camp. And that is the camp of people that came in and they wrote a script that was directly targeted towards the person in charge at Lucasfilm. That's why there aren't all these amendments to it. They approached it knowing who was in charge. Rian Johnson approached it like this. They want to tell their story. Kathleen Kennedy is sick of people talking about the original characters. Luke, she wants to make her own. She wants to tread her own path. So I will, allow her an avenue to do that. And then it's like you have the Acolyte where you have the whole force is female, and then you get into more political agendas. But it all comes down to I am tailoring my show and my film for the person who has all the power, not for the fans.
Yep. I agree.
Which sucks because now the things that suck, no one's saying, hey, maybe you should make this less shitty. It's like, no, we align with you 100%. Make whatever you want. Have $250 million.
Yep. It's unfortunate.
It's super unfortunate. The bias is so clear.
I gotta go eat a banana or something, dude, because I'm gonna.
You feel better. I'll hold it down. I'll try.
Yeah. All right.
What's up, guys? I'll look over to the chat. Potassium wave. That's really funny. How's your guys' night? Are you guys having a good night? Excited for Christmas? Any cool Christmas plans? I'm headed to Portland for Christmas, so that'll be cool. I'm meeting my sister's boyfriend for the first time, which I don't know how to feel about that. She's never brought a boy to Christmas, so that might suck. What's up, Galactic Spike? How's your night going? Hey, Tim. How's your night going? I'm going home to rethink my life. I am. That's exactly what's going on. But yeah, let's talk about Skeleton Crew for a while. Skeleton Crew for me is a really fun show. I do think that I agree with a lot of what Theory's saying in terms of this isn't the show that I want right now. I want something else. Obviously, I would prefer an Old Republic or just something away from a concept I'm not really interested in where, oh, we're just space kids and we're teaming up with this weird pirate guy. I don't love that, especially for Star Wars. I think Star Wars really needs a win right now. And although Skeleton Crew is a pretty good show, it's kind of lackluster. And coming off of the heels of the Acolyte, where a lot of fans were just completely lost and just like, we're not going to watch the next Star Wars project. We're tired. And I feel that a lot. I feel a lot of the energy of I'm tired of Star Wars for the moment because I'm being put through these shows that I don't really care about a whole lot. And even if they're good, I'm not getting why I love Star Wars. So I can see a lot of the lackluster acceptance for the show. But with that said, the show is pretty good. It would be a lot better coming off of the heels of a big, substantial win, but I think it's pretty good. It's accomplishing what it needs to. But what do you guys think? Are you guys liking Skeleton Crew? Are you guys even watching it? I don't know. Acolyte needed more lesbians. That's funny. It's not Star Wars. It's a Disney Plus show for kids to stream and not really watch. Caveman 42. Yeah, I can definitely see that. I think that that's selling the show a little short. I do think it's better than that. But I think a lot of Star Wars fans are seeing the trailer and a lot of the merchandise and drawing that exact same conclusion, saying like, this is a show for kids to put on in the background. I'm not really invested. And I can see that completely because if I didn't have a Star Wars YouTube channel, I would probably not have watched Skeleton Crew. I just disliked the Acolyte that much. Thanks, Rossi. The Acolyte just hurt. It was a slog to get through. And it just felt like it didn't appreciate what it was given in terms of like the story and the achievements that it could have reached in a brand new era. And it just felt like that was all shoved to the side to make way for this vanity project where they could push whatever ideals they wanted, and their story came second. And that was illustrated in the characters. I thought the characters lacked a through line. I really disliked that the main characters changed allegiance all of a sudden, and how Osha didn't care about all her Jedi comrades that were just murdered and got oogly eyes for Chimere. It was just like off-putting in a lot of ways, I would say. I wasn't always sure who I was supposed to connect with, if anybody. No, Christian says Skeleton Crew is way better than the Acolyte. Absolutely. It is way better than the Acolyte. It feels like a real show. It doesn't feel like a lesson that I have to sit down for every week and, be told that I don't know the lore or just a ton of stuff. The Kiadi Mundi thing was it's so much, it's blown out of proportion now, but I think it's just an example of people handling this franchise and then not really knowing what they're doing and thinking that, oh, we'll throw this little Easter egg in and fans will like it and it'll, appease the YouTubers. They can put Kiadi Mundi in the thumbnail, which we all did, but at the same time, please make it make sense. Please make it make sense that Mundi is alive during this time period. And I know that they can go in after the fact and, retcon stuff and write whatever they want, but that doesn't remove the fact that it's all just so jarring. And the stuff that I disliked about the Acolyte is I love the Sith, man. They're like my favorite thing in all of the lore. And I was excited by the concept of the Acolyte. And then every single thing that came out after I heard what the concept was just sounded awful. So I don't know. Huge Sith guy. And I think that era of the Sith is interesting. Especially because the rule of two are supposed to be in hiding. You know, they're supposed to be politicians, scientists, businessmen, connected individuals with big plans. And Chimere was just a guy in a cave who wanted an apprentice, and it really didn't go anywhere. So there was a lot of potential in the concept, and the execution was just the worst. It's like having the best drawn up football play ever and then have like a little league team run it against the Chiefs. It's like it can be a great play, but the execution, if it's not there, nothing. Like you're not going anywhere. And that's just how it feels. Yeah, dude, that banana. He is taking his time with that banana. Jamie asked the biggest disappointment. I'm going to assume that he's talking about the Acolyte show in terms of the biggest disappointment. For me, it's Plagueis, man. I expected them to have Plagueis show up, but just to have him be in a cave and have it be such a lackluster moment. Plagueis is such an influential, important character in the lore. And to just have him be an afterthought was representing the pure misunderstanding of what these people had. M. Kidney says, Wave, my favorite video of yours is the one where Obi-Wan and Organa go to the dark side planet and Obi-Wan unknowingly uses the dark side. Gave me chills. You, in theory, should do a what if series based on the EU. Yeah, that'd be cool. Yeah, I like that video. It shows a dark side planet during the Clone Wars, and it's cool to watch Obi-Wan, who's typically holding everything down, need the help of just a normal guy in Organa and Bail. And thank you, Kidney, for the donation. Feel better?
Oh, I puked my guts out.
Oh, no way. I'm sorry.
Oh, yeah, look at my eyes.
Dude. Yeah. Jeez. Is it just all the caffeine and no like food or anything, you think? Or
Yeah, I think so. I think so. I fucked up.
did you
So
botch today too?
No, I've been too on the go. I kind of like been like it's kind of like the first few years of the channel, you know, you sacrifice. I shouldn't. I should just fucking eat something. But anyways, my mistake.
No,
My bad.
People get tunnel vision. I mean, it's normal.
No excuse though. I should just eat something though. Doesn't take. You just keep putting shit off, and you're like, I'll be okay. I'll be okay. And, oh, in a minute, and then you're like, oh shit,
I'm throwing up. Dang, I'm sorry, dude.
Nah, it's okay. No, sometimes you go vomit and you're good.
Puke and rally.
Yeah, it's all good.
What do we got? B-Man said something.
I mean, I eat like when I, times when I can, I just eat a lot.
Eat grass.
Yeah, well, I'm busy. Sometimes can't. Anyways, sorry, where was the conversation going?
I was ranting about the Acolyte. That's where it goes.
I'm not home to see the mystery saber. What came with Kenobi episode 3 saber yesterday? Saber today? What's a mystery?
You're not supposed to know. I think that's an interesting discussion. Dave Filoni does rely a lot on Ahsoka. And he really should branch out. I'm a little bit worried Ahsoka is going to be the main character in his Heir to the Empire movie and not a part of a bigger ensemble. but
Probably will.
Oh,
Probably will, man.
it's so vast though. Why make it small? Like invest in a new character. Like Balin was sick. Like if you take, I know the show's called Ahsoka, obviously, but like take a few Ahsoka scenes out, give some to Balin. You know, flesh out your villain.
I feel so much better.
Good. I'm glad.
50 months, man. I can't believe that. That's over 4 years. Thank you, Easy.
Jeez.
Okay, we're getting caught up here.
I think we missed like one.
No, there's
Did we
a bunch.
see Eddie's? Oh, okay. There we go.
Check out the Last Jedi parody of You're Welcome from Mona. Matika. If anyone gets that, you and I are friends. Last year, you saved my Christmas. I had the flu, so I couldn't spend it with family. I watched you build Lego and chilled for 3 days. I hope you do it again for the people that can't spend it with their fam. Yeah, I'll be home. I'll be home, man. I'm glad I could be there with you guys. I went to straighten some bananas. What does that mean?
I don't know.
Or something gay. Speaking of gay, have you seen the new High Republic Lesbo wedding book? I have not.
There's a High Republic wedding.
No, there isn't. Shut up. No, there is not.
That's got to be real. No one can just come up with that and have it not be real.
No way. You're kidding. Let's see.
I hope it's real. Is it real?
Real.
It's real. Oh no, man.
It's real.
That's wild that it's real. Like that's where we are in Star Wars. Ugh. What? And people ask why don't I cover High Republic on the channel? It's like, well, I think it's boring.
You know, and I'm not shaking my head because it's like I got any problem with gay people at all. Not at all.
I would shake my
Of
head
course
if it
they're
was
gonna
a
make it about
straight
that.
High Republic wedding book. It's just an out there thing to make.
Yeah, and of course one of them is white and the other one's black.
Well, agenda. That's their most important thing. That is priority one at Lucasfilm, and everything else is, including making money, apparently, is below that.
Trying to write my own book. If it gets adapted into a show, I'm not letting Hollywood do it. Go.
Yeah, this is where he came back. I answered that one.
Okay. Why Brazil? Oh, Basil wrecked Soul's ship. Oh, dude, I don't.
Who cares?
Who cares? Can my grandma and I hop on your stream? She's not a big fan of the sequel trilogy at all. She owned the OG trilogy VHS and a big fan. Oh, right on. Yeah, when we start doing guests, like we were going to do it last week and we didn't.
We just got distracted.
Been a fan of y'all since 2016. Your videos helped me when I was in drug addiction. Oh, shit. I'm 24 years old now. 9 months sober. Got my theory saber. It's so fucking awesome for my B-Day in September, too. Well, thank you, Eddie, and chat. Let's give him a big round of applause for being 9 months sober. Great job. Keep going, man. Your new life is ahead of you. You're still very young, and you have a lot of amazing things to do and discover and accomplish and master.
Sobriety is hard. It is very hard to maintain. So, congratulations to you. You did something that a lot of people can't do.
It's hard, but it's not impossible. And the reward is worth it. It's very important.
Oh, it's necessary. You have to make the change.
Yeah. So, chat, if we can get some hearts, everyone spam some heart emojis, show them some support. And anybody else going through this too. You know, we want to congratulate everyone that has the mental fortitude to get out of something like that.
Good job, Eddie, and thank you, Eddie.
The Acolyte is better than the Skeleton Crew because it was so bad it was fun. Every episode you would watch to see what's wrong with the lore and how bad the lines were, and the Plagueis scene was so bad it was great. I disagree. The Acolyte was the worst thing I've ever seen in my life. Ever.
I didn't have fun watching it. I mean, I didn't think it went into so bad it's good. I just thought it was all bad.
Is it just me or Wim kind of annoying? Yeah, he's supposed to be annoying. That's the point. He's the typical overthinking, curious, wide-eyed, can't seem to do anything right, young kid character. And he'll probably have some defining moment. What would you think of Star Wars series with the same story frame as Red Dead Redemption 2? I like to write my own Star Wars stories in free time, and that was one of them. Well, I'm still playing Red Dead 2 on the gaming channel. Shout out to Theories Arcade. I mean, I would love to get a game like Red Dead in Star Wars. Like a Mando game. They made 3 different covers for the same book. Oh, did they? What do you all think of the live-action Zelda movie? What? I think they should have animated it. There's a live-action Zelda movie?
I know nothing about Zelda. I haven't played any of the games or anything.
What do you think? Oh, dude, Gwendolyn Christie playing as live-action Samus?
I do know who Samus is.
Yeah. I'd say Sydney Sweeney playing as Samus. Yeah,
get her in Star Wars.
Yeah, Sydney Sweeney as Samus.
Not bad.
Sign me up. No, Hilary Duff as Samus would make sense.
What? Okay, can you explain? I don't know anything about
What's
Samus.
to explain?
I don't. Is it just what is Samus? She's got like a big old battle armor, right? That's all I know.
Samus Aran?
Yeah.
Metroid Prime.
Big battle armor, right? Am I thinking of the right character?
Yeah.
Got like a dome helmet.
Yeah. No, because Samus is blonde. Sydney Sweeney is Black Cat for the MCU. I mean, yeah, that's a no-brainer. Black Cat's probably the hottest comic book character of
all time.
Yeah,
I'm gonna show my hand, but Power Girl's pretty nice.
Power Girl?
Yeah, you ever heard of Power Girl? Just
no.
Have fun. Like that's what I think.
Have fun?
Yeah.
Power Girl. Holy shit.
Listen, dude, I said I would show my hand.
Oh my god. Is this official DC?
Yeah.
There is no way.
No, that's real. Power Girl is 1,000% real. Real character. I swear.
This is real.
Yes.
That is
as real as the wedding book.
That's an official. You're kidding.
Well, I don't know if that's an official illustration, but she is a real character. Yes.
It says DC Comics. I'm gonna take it off
you go.
in case it takes me to a weird place. Dude, this is actually a real illustration.
She looks like Sydney Sweeney, actually.
Yeah. Dude, this is actually on DC.com. That's a real illustration. That's an official. Jesus Christ. Oh my god, dude. I didn't know this existed. I didn't know Power Girl was a character.
Yeah.
What's her power? Like,
She's like Superman. She's like a Kryptonian.
she definitely is. You know, if girls get to have Henry Cavill, we at least got to have Power Girl.
We get Power Girl.
Okay, you girls, you ladies, and you gay guys get Henry Cavill.
A goon side of the Force.
Wait, what? Honey, I think it's time we had a talk. We know you've been having all these confusing thoughts and feelings lately, and we understand. It's perfectly natural to be curious. Who can blame you? This happens to be the time in a comic reader's life when we start asking ourselves uncomfortable questions. The time that a new Power Girl series debuts, and you start wondering exactly what her whole deal is. Maybe you heard she's a Supergirl clone, or that she's carried Hal Jordan's baby, or that she's actually from Atlantis. Well, don't be embarrassed. With Leah Williams and Marguerite Savage's new Power Girl special kicking off a brand new ongoing series this week, we're here for you to set it all straight. This is everything you ever wanted to know about Power Girl, but we're afraid to ask.
Okay.
Please tell me. What exactly is Power Girl? How is she related to Supergirl? Okay. Well, in a manner of speaking, Power Girl is Supergirl. What? The same way that, for instance, Superman from All-Star Superman is Superman from Injustice. She's the same character, but from Earth 2. Oh. The difference is that Power Girl exists as a refugee from another universe, in one which already has its own Supergirl. Say what? Earth 2? Wouldn't she be from Krypton? Okay, so when we say Earth 2, we're really using it as to refer to an entire universe. It's shorthand for the idea that she's from the Krypton that's part of the same universe as Earth 2. Wait, so is she Supergirl or is she not?
They're saying she's Supergirl from a different universe, is how I interpret that. So she is from Krypton, but not from the Krypton universe she's inhabiting.
I see.
I don't know.
I'm kind of confused about it. Sometimes it's Golden Age Earth. Sometimes it's got its own comics going on. What's the story? Quick overview of Earth 2 for you. In 1961's The Flash 123, Barry Allen discovered the existence of an alternate universe superimposed on its own as a different vibrational frequency, where the heroes of the Golden Age he had only read about in comic books were as real as he was. This was where the Justice Society of America were the world's premier superheroes, semi-retired from duty with most of the world's ills good, what? And handled, and the Justice League has never formed. Oh.
People in the chat are saying during the Crisis of Infinite Earths, her universe was destroyed and she was like rehomed.
To Earth 1?
I guess so.
Oh, nice.
Nice. You're like, hell yeah, she's Earth 1, baby.
Dude. Yeah, forget Black Cat, man. That's
that's the gold star.
Yeah, okay. It's embarrassing being in love with a drawing.
But yes,
who is this bastard? Who is that?
Who's with your wife?
Why is he with my girl, dude? Oh my god, dude.
I guess her and Hal Jordan were a thing, I guess, according to that.
Oh. Oh my. All right, I'm out of here.
Dude, they gotta sell comics.
Gonna get canceled. Sydney Sweeney. Yeah, look at it. They're already advertising Sydney Sweeney.
She looks just like it.
She does.
Her.
Sydney Sweeney
Not
is literally
her.
Power Girl.
She is. They look extremely similar.
That's crazy. Jesus, dude.
Is that a real one?
Yeah, I guess. Like a variant. That's wild. Literally the same person.
Yeah.
That's literally the same person, dude.
She would be great.
That's
She
literally
really
the
looks
same
the
girl.
part.
That's
Hey, dude, forget Black Cat, dude. Give me Power Girl.
yeah, I don't care about Black Cat. She's old news. You changed my like for years I've been saying Black Cat's like the hottest comic book character. And now you've
I changed your mind. We did our first change my mind.
Yeah, hey, that's
It wasn't Star Wars, but
that's all right. Star Wars is dead right now anyway.
oh, it's so dead. It's so sad.
Dude, what? That's crazy.
Yeah. I'm surprised you didn't know about this. This is like
No.
that's like a kid, the aisle in the comic store. You got to like check your mom's not there, like across the store. You got to like bend over and run so she doesn't see you. You're like, yeah, I was reading Wolverine, Mom. Leave me alone.
Bend over and run. What?
Like bend over beneath the stacks of comics so she can't see me.
Listen, man, you can't say those trigger words right now.
I'm sorry. No trigger words.
Can't.
But it was an extremely poor choice of words, I will admit.
Biggest super chat of the night from Ionic Seeker 3 with $50. Thank you to both of us. He says, sadly, I'm at work for all of your streams, so I'm here on break. Wanted to say your videos are what's getting me through life at the moment. Thank you so much for what both of you do. You make a dark day just a bit brighter, and I can't express how thankful I am. We're very thankful to be here, and I think often people lose sight of, or YouTubers, you lose sight of the fact that we are here because of you guys, and it's the fans that make us. So we appreciate you, and thank you so much for that really generous donation. No matter what you're going through, I don't know what you're going through in life. We all go through really dark shit and bad days. That's life. But just know that, you know, it's important we have dark days because it just makes the good days even better. It makes the good days even brighter in contrast. And without the contrast in life, you know, it's just bland. So, we appreciate you, man. I hope you enjoy the content coming because I'm getting back to all the lore and the fan fictions and stuff like that. And you know, Wave has that on his channel every day as well. So
got to keep it alive somehow. But
keep
we
fighting the good
appreciate
fight,
you.
bro.
It'll get better. It will.
We love you.
I have faith.
Yep,
We do love you.
we're here for you every week. One of the first times I've been able to view a live stream. I love you guys, and I miss Dash already. Is Dash? I wonder what Dash would say about
Power
this
Girl.
revelation.
Well, he's married, right? So you may have to be careful.
Listen, you can scan the menu as long as you never change your order.
I like it.
Someone told me once.
Scam
One of the
man.
first times I've been able to view a live stream. I love you guys, and I miss Dash already. Is there a Spotify upload schedule for the show? Yeah, we do have them going up every day on Spotify. So make sure you check out my Spotify. It goes up every day.
Yeah, and our streams are every Thursday at 8 p.m. EST.
Yep. Star Wars Theory, you mentioned in your stream the other night working on a comic of your own. I'm just curious if it was sci-fi or fantasy. It was the first I heard of it. Oh yeah. It's science fiction. Yeah, I guess it's just science fiction. It's a amalgamation of like all of my favorite franchises. So Star Wars, Harry Potter, you know, superheroes, DC, The Mummy, the Mummy movies. It's it's an idea I've had for years, and I'm finally just funny enough, when I was somewhere under the age of 10, on my dad's computer, I remember writing a story, and if this picks up from there. It's kind of cool. But anyways,
So it's been around for a long time.
yeah. Were you able to enter the Wolf Shipyard, an old fan page with a lot of ships, even some obscure like the battleships and Star Wars Legends books are old? Huh. That's kind of cool.
That is cool.
The Wolf Shipyard?
I was never crazy into the ships of Star Wars. Like, some of them are interesting, but it was more like the Force and the characters. First open bar.
Yeah, Sonic's cool.
I'm excited for Sonic 3.
Theory, are your parents still alive? Yeah, thankfully. Yeah. Very thankful for that. Go to Star Wars YouTube live stream. They trying to show you up.
What are they live streaming?
I don't know. Where are
Probably a
they?
Skeleton Crew thing.
I don't know.
Would
I
it be
type
on
it
the
in, I
Star
get-
Wars YouTube channel?
I get me.
Oh, I see the Mandalorian Fireside live on Disney Plus. Is that what they're doing?
Huh. Cute. They're trying to show me up. Fuck. All right. Yeah, it's better.
So were you ever a pretty big DC guy, or yeah?
Yeah.
Do you prefer it to Marvel?
I don't know. I think so.
You think so?
Yeah.
I've always thought that Batman was just by far and away the best comic book character of all time, and Marvel, has
Agree.
Spider-Man, but I just think Batman, in terms of the quality of his comics, just another level.
Yeah.
Have you ever read The Dark Knight Returns, Frank Miller?
No.
You would really like that. If you like gritty but sort of a mix with the old campy 80s style, like, you would love the Dark Knight Returns book. It's what Zack Snyder based a lot of his Batman imagery on for Batman v Superman, actually.
Oh, cool.
It's like a 50-year-old Batman. Gotham there's no more superheroes because Superman has now joined the government, and superheroes are regulated. So Batman is just in retirement and bored. And eventually he decides to become Batman again. And it's really cool because I like the older Batman, who's not quite as fast and has to be a little bit more of a thinker and is fighting an enemy that he doesn't really understand all the way yet. And then Joker comes back. So it's one of the best comic books ever written.
Would like to check it out.
Yeah, The Dark Knight Returns. I think you would love it.
Will you design a lightsaber unique to Cal Kestis? This isn't his old master. That isn't his old master saber. Do you have it in the works? We have a lot of replicas on the site already, but something akin, yeah. There's a lot of stuff in the works that I just feel like announcing is too far out, and then it would just overwhelm everybody because there's like about probably like 17 or so things to announce at the moment.
Jeez.
One of the first times I've been able to view a live stream. I love you guys, and I missed Dash already. Oh, right, this one. Sorry if this was already asked. I'm tuning in later after a quick stop, but did you guys see Godzilla minus one? And what are your thoughts? Probably one of the best Godzilla films today. I haven't seen it. No.
I think it's the best Godzilla film ever made. It's really somber and emotional, but it delivers with phenomenal human characters. And I think the budget was only $15 million.
Really?
And you would never know.
Oh yeah, I
So,
remember the budget was like crazy small.
but it's incredible. I think it's the best Godzilla movie. So I saw it a few times. I saw it in black and white when they re-released it in black and white. That was super cool to see.
Really?
Yeah, because it's a phenomenal movie on its own, but it just becomes so much more dour when it's in black and white, like the original. Gosh, it's perfect. It's a perfect film.
You know what I watched the other night for the first time in my life is The Thing.
Oh shit, that movie's incredible. What did you think?
It was really cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Have you seen a lot of Carpenter movies?
What are some of them?
Escape from New York, Halloween. Have you seen
I
either
mean,
of those?
Yeah, obviously Halloween, but
The Thing is a movie that was meticulously made with a lot of love and just the puppetry and
They
the
Live.
creature itself.
I've seen They Live. Really good movie. I didn't know John Carpenter did that.
I've never seen They Live.
Oh my gosh. Chat, if you've never seen They Live, highly recommend. Go check it out and you'll see how let's just say it'll open your eyes.
Oh, yes, I have. I have seen They Live. That movie's awesome. That movie's hilarious. I didn't know that was a Carpenter movie.
Wow.
That's the movie with the
Vampires.
bubblegum line, right?
The Fog. The Fog. Oh, he did Jesus.
You might be
Ghosts of Oh, he did
seeing
Ghosts of Mars.
you might be seeing writing credits.
Escape from LA.
Yeah, I know he did that. What did you think of the ending of The Thing?
Very mysterious.
What's
Left
what's your
the-
interpretation?
You know, I always thought that Kurt Russell was infected. Was the thing.
Really?
Yeah, I always thought like that would be the
Interesting.
biggest twist.
So you think you think Childs is the one that's still human in that last moment?
Maybe.
The thing that I love about that is it doesn't matter because they both sort of know that this is the end. And they're just gonna
Yeah.
sit there and share a drink and, you know, see what happens.
Yeah, maybe. Maybe MacReady is the thing.
That'd be
But yeah,
super
no,
cute.
I think they're probably both okay and they just wait it out, but I don't know if they'll make it.
I love his character introduction where he's playing chess and he like pours his bourbon in it and he's like cheating bitch. Just
Yeah,
walks
yeah.
away.
Yeah. It's been too long. I graduated recently and have been working too much. I hope the fan film is going great. Tell Josh to drop his James Gunn beef. Yeah, see, he really hates James Gunn, eh? Let's do that.
Yeah, what's Josh saying?
I don't know. It just seemed when I posted the Vader stuff today on Twitter, I only check in every like week, and to post something, and I saw like a notification from who I'm following popped up, and he was like not very happy with it. He's like, "Man, this looks like shit." Oh man. Anyways, yeah.
I know
I just
James
uploaded a bunch of Vader stuff, so go check it out on social media. What was that?
James Gunn can be polarizing. I know that in the comic book space, not everyone's a gigantic fan.
Have you read Batman Night Cries? No, I have not. I think the story would make a fantastic movie adaptation to take Batman more seriously.
Oh shoot, I haven't even heard of that. I'm gonna have to check that out.
Thanks, man. You were in the middle of answering a question I asked on your earlier stream, and you froze as you answered. You ever watched Farscape from the late 90s, early 2000s? No, I haven't. I don't think that's a movie that my dad is very fond of. Um, or no, he's fond of Far Lap. That's my mistake. Farscape. I don't know what this is. American astronaut John finds himself thrown across the universe when an experimental mission goes bad. He teams up with a group of rebels involved in an intergalactic battle and begins a journey unlike anything he dreamed is possible while trying to find a way back to Earth. Oh, that's kind of cool. It's rated a 8.3 out of 10. 90% Rotten Tomatoes. Fuck Rotten Tomatoes. Bunch of phonies.
What happened with Rotten Tomatoes?
Oh, it leaked not too long ago that all their stuff was bought out. Like all their reviews, apparently.
Oh, no freaking way. Really?
I believe. Yeah, there's articles on it. You can check it out. Yeah.
Oh, jeez.
Rotten Tomatoes. Fake reviews.
I know that's like what a lot of people use to dictate when they're going to go see something or not. So it's a big deal.
Bro, what the hell is this? I put in Rotten Tomatoes fake reviews. The curious case of am I a racist?
What?
Professional Acolyte haters fall for fake Rotten Tomatoes controversy. Oh, fuck off, Forbes. The Acolyte gets... Why is this all Acolyte shit? Oh, God. It's because they set the precedent that... Oh, my goodness. Fans are accidentally review bombing a 2008 movie called Acolytes.
That's kind of funny.
Oh, fuck, dude. That's bad.
I think that the whole review bombing for the Acolyte is really just people reviewing it.
That's people reviewing it, man. What do you mean? So then are we to... If it's skewed one way, it's got to be skewed the other way. So then are all positive reviews fake as well?
Of course not. Although with the Acolyte, I might buy that.
Well, there you go. A report from Vulture revealed that a PR firm named Bunker 15 paid critics to write positive reviews for over 5 years. The firm reportedly paid as much as $50 per review to obscure critics who were part of a pool tracked by Rotten Tomatoes.
That's
Fuckers.
so they're just paying $50 for a positive review?
Yeah, man. Some filmmakers have set up systems where they can pay or sponsor critics to review their films. Investigators have revealed that movie studios have gone to great lengths to manipulate scores on Rotten Tomatoes. These revelations have undermined the credibility of Rotten Tomatoes as a review aggregation site. That's hilarious.
It's just like the same thing if you can't trust what you hear at premieres, because if they got invited, they're going to say positive things because they want to go to the next one.
Of course. That's why they sell their freaking soul for a movie ticket, man. And for like a gift basket.
Yeah. Yeah. Any sort of recognition. It doesn't.
Well, and that was the thing is like before I kind of woke up to what Disney was doing, they would send me books. They'd send me all the Star Wars books and I'd do reviews. And then they stopped sending them to me because they realized that, shit, this guy's kind of a loose cannon. And, or at least I assume that's why they stopped. But I started to review stuff like candidly. And I was like, look, I didn't like this one. Or there was this and that in this book. And then they sent me, I think when the High Republic came out, they sent me the High Republic and I didn't read it. I didn't review it. And after that, they kind of stopped sending me shit. For the most part.
Are they like reaching out beforehand, being like, "Hey, you got like the High Republic books coming?" Or
yeah, well, they used to send me like 20. Was it 20? Once 2019, I remember Chicago. I talked to the guy at the booth at Chicago Celebration, And I was like, and that was like just when I showed my face. So, like nobody really knew me, and I was like facially wise. Well, that's not true. It was crazy there, but in terms of like people that were working, I guess,
General
for Lucasfilm,
populace.
right? And so I remember I went up to him like, "Hey, man, like I have a channel called Star Wars Theory. Like, um, I'd love to get your guys like the early access to new Star Wars books. Can you sign me up?" He's like, "Oh, you can send an email. We're not really doing that right now." And then someone tapped me on the shoulder right while I was talking to him mid sentence, and they were like, "Oh my god, Theory! Like, can I get a photo?" And I was like, "Yeah, absolutely." And I turned back around. He's like, "I'm sold," and I'm like, okay, fuck, dude. So then they started sending me books, like some of the early books, like Dooku Jedi Lost, in 2019, and then after about like a year or something, they like stopped for about, geez, I want to say another year, and then all of a sudden they started sending me books again, and then they completely stopped. Yeah, pretty
Did
much
you ever
after
get
the.
like a screener for anything?
What do you mean?
Like a early viewing of something? I don't
Like the
know.
show?
Yeah.
No, never. No, I was never in their good graces like that. No.
Do you know if that's something that you have to sign up for, or I don't know. I've heard so many mixed things about it. Like,
I don't know, man. I mean, I got early screeners for Cobra Kai.
that's cool.
That's because I was avid Cobra Kai. I was the first Cobra Kai channel on the internet. I was talking about that before it was mainstream, and so they really, they loved me for that sense to get their stuff out there more. But no, Star Wars never treated me like Cobra Kai treats me nice. Like Netflix treats me great. Like they've sent me all like new episodes like a week to 2 weeks early for seasons.
So do you think
And
it's just Star Wars operates in the same way that we see them, where it's like we want to partner with channels where we know exactly what is coming out of it? You think that's what it is?
yeah, of course, I'm a loose cannon, dude. Like, and I think they know where I stand. Like they just look at the internet. Like
Yeah.
I am on that side of the fandom. That I'm like the most toxic, whatever. And that's
I'm just
simply
trying to think
because
about
I
in
have
like
my opinion.
2019, what was it like? Like, do
2019, I was still coping. I was still like I was very much under the illusion that they knew what they were doing, and I was still like very full of hope and excitement, and like the Last Jedi was shit, but I was still coping really hard, and like you could see it in my videos. You can go back and watch the videos and be like, look, like I was trying, really trying to make sense of everything, and I'm like, okay, no, guys, like there's a reason, like he did this, like there's no way they would just. Fuck, big surprise to me. It was a big hit once I started to really realize, and you can see all that on the channel. But yeah, it's
the
unfortunate.
the big thing I was justifying a lot in videos when the Rise of Skywalker was a thing was, Palpatine is back. It makes sense that he's the overarching villain for all three trilogies. They're going to explain it and it will make sense. But then for him to show up literally in the title crawl of the movie, and like that is his introduction, the dead speak. It's not some big Palpatine's back. You're just thrust in there and it's like he's already back.
Yeah,
It's just a bizarre way to even attempt to explain that, and I don't know. It was very
yeah,
poorly executed.
yeah,
I
yeah.
just remember being so happy that in concept that the sequels finally have like a big villain, because I always thought Kylo Ren was a good character but not a good villain.
No, he's a horrible villain, but he had a lot of potential. I thought he could be a really, if they write this guy well, he could be a really cool character. But they decided to shit him, shit the bed with him.
Yeah, but
Same
with
with Finn.
Palpatine, same with everybody.
Yeah,
Same with every character they wrote.
yeah,
I
yeah.
just remember thinking at least Kylo Ren is going to have a nefarious force to answer to. And then Palpatine's not really even in the Rise of Skywalker all that much. And he's thrusting the plot forward in terms of like he's the overarching threat, but he's not like an active participant in the plot, which is something that bugged me. If you compare it to, Infinity War is easy to pick because it was coming out at the same time. But like Thanos is an active participant in the story progression of Infinity War. He's the narrative thrust. And for Palpatine to be like this big threat to be introduced to the universe and then sidelined immediately was just mind-boggling.
Yeah, it was. But that's what you get when you have people that don't understand Star Wars. Making Star Wars.
Did you see the trailer for Karate Legends? Yeah,
I did. I reacted to it on my Cobra Kai channel.
Where do you think? I think the way that they're expanding that franchise is fascinating because it feels organic.
Cobra Kai Theory. Yeah, I haven't uploaded in a long ass time, but finally, a couple days ago at like 6 a.m. before I went to bed, I just got like this moment where I was like, all right, you know what? It's time to make a couple videos for Cobra Kai, get in there. And yeah, it's always fun talking about the other franchises I like. But I thought it was good. I thought Karate Kid Legends actually feels like Karate Kid. I feel like Cobra Kai is after season 5 just not, it doesn't feel the same.
I really connected with the Johnny character in season 1. I
Me
thought
too.
the Daniel character was just sort of annoying. And
Yeah,
so
me too.
when the seasons progress and it moves away from Johnny and more onto Daniel and the kids, it lost me.
Me too.
But I think season 1 is incredible. And I was so disappointed because they moved away from such an amazing character and story arc, and it dropped off for me, which I'm sad that it did because I really loved
Yeah.
season 1.
Season up until season 3 or 4, I would say it was really, really great. And then it's still good. I still enjoy it. I'm not. It's not like Star Wars for God's sakes, but it's gotten so like slapstick and goofy now, and I'm like, why? Like, what's going on? Why are we? I don't know. They should have continued to focus on Johnny more. But it's when I interviewed the creators, they had a really good answer as to like how they diversify through all of their characters, because it's very difficult to focus on. You have all these characters. It's like, which one do you focus on? You got to tell the story of all of them, and I think that's kind of the problem. But at the same time, that's the show. It's like they focus on everybody. So
I can see that.
yeah,
I just feel like I'm wasting my time when I'm with the kids' characters.
I know.
I know that they're important for the narrative, obviously, because Johnny's not going to be in the tournament at the end. But I want to see Johnny with Miguel and then nobody else.
Yeah, I didn't care for anything else. Cobra Kai was peak Cobra Kai season 1 and 2.
How does season 2? What goes down in season 2? I know that's a very broad question.
Gosh, that was a long time ago. Well, Kreese comes back at the end of season 1, and then Kreese starts to train Cobra Kai. Stingray comes in, all these other characters. And it just starts to take a different turn. There's like now quarrels with Sam and Tori, and Hawk starts to have like a real good character development.
I liked Hawk.
Yeah, Hawk's dope. I got to interview him. Cool guy, Jacob. But yeah, like I Karate Kid for me was all about the OG characters, and then bringing Chosen in there, man, I was over the moon. I was like so excited, and then they just make him all like goofy and comical, and I'm like, why?
Yeah.
Why would you do this?
Especially because the heart is just the best part of that first season.
Yeah. And the music, and it's just, you can't
the
beat the first season.
music.
You can't. I'm at work driving a bus, and I hear sacrilege that Rogue didn't make the hottest superhero list. Also, I bet Supervisor is SM33's original captain. The Supervisor. Who's that? Who's the Supervisor?
A Skeleton Crew character?
Yeah. Rogue, hey? Oh,
That's a great pick.
yeah. Yeah.
The 90s cartoon Rogue, tough
The
to beat.
90s cartoon Rogue. Yeah.
That's a heavy hitter.
It is a very heavy hitter. Theory: pro Disney Star Wars YouTubers are not as talented or honest as you are. Please forgive them for selling their souls for a few shekels. Well, and that's kind of the danger of, if you don't. It's very hard to make a I guess a career off of YouTube, but you can do it in one of two ways. Well, three ways really. You can really focus on your craft, the grueling way, make content about what you love, and over time, hopefully, you show the audience you're worthy of their time. And I feel like Wave and I have done that somewhat, but that can be lost within a moment if you do something totally unforgivable in a sense. So there's that. Then there's the other way where you can try to be fake and win the favoritism from the companies, so that you're just a speakerphone for them and you peddle their shit. You won't get crazy views. You won't, you'll maybe get crazy views for like the exclusives and stuff that you get, because everyone's waiting to see the final product and they want to see like people's reviews. So they'll watch your review if it's like a week early before the actual movie or show comes out. That's really the only time you'll be relevant, or at the premiere and all this. But it's all a facade. It's all like, oh, it's fucking, it's for Instagram. But on the inside, it's like, okay, well, without the company sending you out here and there, like, what do you offer? What do you have any creativity? Do you have any talent, or are you just a mascot for their new product, which comes out every few months? And then there's the third way, which is to find someone who's established from the first thing that I explained, and then try and tear them down. And that's another way too. You basically just hop on someone who's like already successful and just try to bring them down in some sort of way, defame them, lie about them. Yeah. So I've had that throughout my career for 8-9 years, and you just have to continue on your path. So dogs will always bark at the moving wagon. So those are the three ways, I think. So
I would agree with that. I think, we just started in an era where Disney didn't own Star Wars, or at least I did, or not really established it yet. So that's what I wanted to talk about. I wasn't trying to gain the favor of any company, and you weren't trying to gain the favor of any company. We were making videos on the internet about a franchise that we deeply love. And that's tough, because nowadays you sort of question the sincerity, like, why did this person make this channel, or even more specifically, why did they make this video? Where back in the day, there's no conversation around that whatsoever. So you just have no choice but to start purely based on how the franchise makes you feel. Now, I would say that we have different we represent the larger Star Wars community in different ways. You represent the George Lucas, the themes of Star Wars, the importance of maintaining that story, and holding on to those lessons and those characters. And on my channel, I'm trying to flesh out the EU, because I feel like Disney's not going to share these great stories with these new fans.
Yeah.
So I want to make videos to fill them in. So when we say this isn't real Star Wars, they can point to different aspects of why it isn't.
Yeah. Yeah. You are like the lore EU guy. And we have a few of the OGs. It's, Lore Master used to be Fact Free. I'd say Dash, especially when he makes his comeback. Definitely. He's going to be all lore, Dash Lore Star. Remember that? Stupendous Wave. Besides that, I mean, I cover lore. I always covered lore, but I was more the creative side. Not that anyone's not creative, but I just mean, like, I focused more on like I feel like I really understand the characters. I feel like the first 6 films, like, I don't know anybody that has read as much of the behind the scenes and making ofs and the BTS and like just all the shit that I've learned from like Nick Gillard behind the scenes about the characters in person, like off camera, or from Roger. Just the interviews I've had, the first 6 films, I feel like I really love them and I really know them well, in and out, and I like to create fan fiction stories and stuff like that around the characters, and I think that's why I'm able to critique shit so well is because I understand the core 6 films, um, quite deeply,
Yeah, you
because I've
do.
studied them for 28 years now.
Yeah, and it's
So,
important that that genesis is maintained because that's where it all started. That's the foundation that the franchise is
yeah,
built upon. And
yeah,
I always loved the world building in Star Wars, and I loved the collaborative nature of all these creatives coming together to widen a galaxy. That's sort of what
yeah,
I connected to. So I
yeah,
like to read those books. So I just think it's cool.
yeah,
Star Wars channels, as time has gone on, we've each found our own language that we speak.
yeah, yeah, I think so, and I think it's, a very special story for everybody. I asked about Generation Tech, but didn't get the answer fully. What do you guys think of his content? Would you invite him to talk Star Wars? I don't watch other Star Wars YouTubers, man. I've seen him around, but I haven't actually sat down to watch one of his videos. I've seen them in passing over the years, um, like on the sideline there and stuff. But I recognize the channel name, but I haven't actually like properly sat down to watch a full video.
I think I've caught one or two videos. I'm kind of with you where I don't want someone else's Star Wars opinions to like creep into mine, if that makes sense. Like if I'm proposing an explanation on the lore, I want to do it in my voice, not like a subconscious recreation of someone else's.
Oh, that's interesting. I don't get influenced in that sense.
Yeah.
Uh, how do I say this with it? Well, I'm just gonna say I don't really find it interesting, perhaps, to watch other Star Wars content.
No, that's yeah, I mean you make it, dude. Like makes sense to me.
Yeah, I don't know. Like I feel like I don't know. Yeah, just not interested. I don't know.
Yeah. Well, back in the day, there weren't Star Wars YouTubers for us. We had to
No.
go to the sources, and
Yeah, it's like if
you
you didn't
sort
know
of
something,
embody.
yeah, you
Yeah,
had to figure it out. You had to like research it, Google it, fact check it, find it in a book. Uh, that's but and also like I don't know. I not to like talk about. Wow, I don't know the integrity of other people really, especially in today's world where everything is so shilly. I don't know, like and to be honest, I don't really know anyone that knows the first 6 films as deep as I do, besides you or Dash. So I don't really care to hear anyone else's opinion on it or have it explained to me in some certain way. Um, yeah.
I think yeah, I can see that for sure. I think Generation Tech is more similar to my channel than it is yours in terms of like its extended lore away from Lucas. But I could definitely
Oh, he
see.
does lore?
I think so. Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know.
But I could see how like someone explaining all of George Lucas's stuff to you would be like, "Yeah, bro. All right." I get
No,
it.
I don't. No, I don't have a ego about it like that. But it's just more
Uh,
so like I don't know. Like when I'm scrolling TikTok and stuff, and I see some guys like making these Star Wars videos like they do today. I'm like, okay, like you and I we made full on videos about this shit like 6, 7 years ago, and it's like, okay, well, I already know this, you know.
mhm.
And then I find myself starting to like almost critique those. I'm like, well, actually, this is different. Well, actually, that's different. Actually, this was actually included. Well, actually, that's not accurate. And then I'm just like, nah, what am I doing? I shouldn't be doing this. And I just move on. So I just don't watch.
Sometimes I've struggled separating Star Wars, like sitting down to research something and my enjoyment of it. I don't know about you, but if I'm gonna leisurely watch something, it's probably not Star Wars unless it's the originals.
Even the prequels?
I find myself watching Revenge of the Sith and the second half of Clones, but other than that,
Holy shit! Oh, okay.
yeah.
You're like a pure 4 to 6.
I mean that's what I think is
It's
a
wild.
master class in storytelling is
Yeah,
4 to 6. I
yeah,
like I don't think narratively it's been done better, and I don't think it will be done better. I think it is the formula for a
I
good
see.
trilogy. I just have so much love and respect for like what those movies mean and like the
Yeah,
efforts and the blood and like the hospitalizations that Lucas went through and the
yeah,
family turmoil. Like it's
yeah,
just those things are special. They don't just
yeah.
happen.
I see the first 6 films as one movie, to be honest. So when it comes to the first
Interesting.
6, yeah, like I would even go into like competitions and shit for the first 6 films of not of like trivia in a sense where it's like who was this guy in the random corner of the cantina. Like I honestly don't care, and I don't
Mhm.
want to know, and I don't care to know just to say that I know everything. I don't give a shit about that. Um but about the main characters and the story and the politics of it and everything that's going on, fuck, I sign me up, dude. I think I really, really know my shit on those movies.
You
Um,
do.
and because I enjoy it, I really love it. There's just something about it, like the Jedi, everything. And so when it comes to the movies and shows that come out today, it's like, well, I can pick it apart because I know that this is not really from the fundamental rules that George created with the first 6, and then what I know about Legends, and then what I know about the comics, like the old comics, it just doesn't jive. And so from all
Mhm.
of that information, I can be like, well, no, this should not be like this. It should be like that and that and that. And it always comes from that higher entity of what George created, the benchmark. So whenever I speak chat, that's it always coming from that. It's never coming from like what I think it should be. It's coming from what I think George would have wanted with his
That's
set
fascinating.
rules. Yeah,
Because I do look at it differently. I do. Um,
really.
I look at the I look at Lucas with the prequels building a phenomenal story and the politics and the characters of Anakin. But then when I get into Legends, I feel like the conflict is fleshed out so much more, and I have such a deeper understanding on why certain characters are in certain headspaces. So like I feel like Legends
Mm,
is the thing that breaks open the universe for me. It's sort of like the melding of the Lucas and then the collaborative work of the books that came after, in my mind, create a universe that is lived in and the conflicts feel real and the people feel real.
yeah,
I've always loved the behind the scenes conversation about like the Clone Wars. Like politically, why did the Clone Wars begin? Is the Republic a just institution? Are the Jedi are they a just institution? It's these big questions that I've always loved about the lore.
yeah. No, and lore has been carrying us since 83.
Yeah, they have.
you know, so it's essentially after that we started to get all the in the 90s lore really started to come out, and that's kind of, well, I mean, I was born 1990, so that's when things started to really pop off. But I just remember all those scholastic Star Wars books,
Hmm.
or if they were scholastic or not, I don't know, but I just remember in school we could get like Attack of the Clones or um stuff like that. It
Yeah,
was always, it was neat to see. It was definitely an interesting time to be alive as a
I
kid.
remember my Star Wars shelf at my elementary school for sure. But I do like the prequels. I just, I'm always been a greater fan of the story than the
Mhm.
filmmaking in the first two prequels. But we talked about it last stream. I think if George got to make the sequels with everything that he's learned and how his like improved massively from film to film, it would have been something special.
Yeah. Yeah, it would have been. Oh well. Yo, guys, I'm in the middle of work, says Starvids, but I want to say, even though there's not many watching right now, you are loved and supported by many. Much love. Now back to work. I'll watch the rest later. Thanks, Starvids.
Thanks, man. I think 900 people is a ton of people.
No, it's really not. I mean, usually
Really?
yeah, like a low number would be like 2,000 during a live stream. But Star
You
Wars
think
is
it's
just
like Star
dead.
Wars Christmas season?
Yeah, it's usually like this whenever Star Wars is super dead. And then whenever it's popping, people are like, "Oh shit, right? I want to see what Star Wars Theory and whoever else has to say. Like, I want to check it out." And then it just the whole influx of the whole infrastructure is just
Yeah, I've never
way
experienced
more. Like, for example, like on an average month, the channel will do, if I'm not trying, maybe like, I don't know, 4 million, 5 million views. Then, for example, when the Mando season 2 came out, that 1 month was 60 million views in that one channel. Yeah, on the one channel. So it just
That's
goes to show,
incredible.
like, yeah, it just goes to show, like, what, you know, if people are invested in Star Wars, they'll watch. If they're not, they don't give a fuck.
Oh yeah, the channel's performance it's not solely dictated on how Star Wars is doing, but that is the primary driving force. I mean, we're Star Wars channels. Like, you say that to someone and they go, "Oh, really?" It's like, "Yeah, dude.
Yeah.
It's a Star Wars YouTube channel."
Well, yeah, it's basically ebbs and flows on the status of Star Wars for the most part, but I feel like people now, the core audience comes for us, and then it just blows up if something is popular or controversial or something. Rise is worse than The Last Jedi because of Palpatine, because it takes the prophecy of the Chosen One. All the work George Lucas put in the first 6 films pointless. Well, the sequels in general were just pointless, I think. They should be wiped from canon. How long is Windu's lightsaber blade? I've searched everywhere online, even Wikipedia, and find nothing on the blade itself. I've heard that each saber can have varying lengths depending on a few factors. Is that true? Yes. So there's, like on Qui-Gon's, for example, there's a knob that changes the length and the power. So you can have it like super long or you can have it shorter depending on your purpose. So you can, in Star Wars, you can always change the length of the blade.
Yeah, Vader had a dual phase setting.
Yeah. Are you up on the Force Park app for SNV4? Yeah, and we have it's the Force Park V2 now because we have SNV Pro. So if you've grabbed a SNV board in the last, I would say probably at least 3 months, we've upgraded all of them to Pro. Even if it still says 4 on the site, it's been upgraded. You got upgraded for free. The ones who bullied you for liking Star Wars now own and run it and just want to bully you still. They aren't fans. It's all spite. Nothing but spite. Yeah, I know. That's the name of the game. You just got to be strong enough to not be bullied by anybody. That's the thing. There's always going to be bullies. You just can't bend. Ordered Particle Sun ROTJ 32-inch Profi. Thank you. Which sound font did you get? Mark 1 or did you upgrade? Thanks, Peter B. You're going to love it. Guarantee it. You're going to have so much fun, dude. Have you watched Sven Vink's speech at this year's Game Awards? I don't know who that is. It's a perfect speech for not just the game industry, but I think all media. No, I don't know who that is.
What does he say? Can you summarize it in chat?
Let me search it. Sven Vink speech.
I realize you guys have been sitting here for over 3 hours, but I still have some
6
time
days
credits
ago.
from last year to cash in. So it turns out that not only will I be the one who will know as first which game wins tonight, but I actually also know which game is going to win next year, the year after, and the year after. Now, how do I know this? Well, an oracle told me. She said, change is coming. It's a modern oracle, so they made me sign an NDA, but I trust all of you. I know you can keep a secret. You will never leak it. The oracle told me that the game of the year 2025 was going to be made by a studio who found the formula to make it up here on stage. It's stupidly simple, but somehow it keeps on getting lost. Studio made their game because they wanted to make a game that they wanted to play themselves. They created it because it hadn't been created before. They didn't make it to increase market share. They didn't make it to serve as a brand. They didn't have to meet arbitrary sales targets or fear being laid off if they didn't meet those targets. And furthermore, the people in charge forbade them from cramming the game with anything whose only purpose was to increase revenue and didn't serve the game design. They didn't treat their developers like numbers on a spreadsheet. They didn't treat their players as users to exploit. And they didn't make decisions that knew were short-sighted and function of a bonus or politics. They knew that if you put the game and the team first, the revenue will follow. They were driven by idealism and wanted players to have fun. And they realized that if the developers didn't have fun, nobody was going to have any fun. They understood the value of respect, that if they treated their developers and players well, those same developers and players would forgive them when things didn't go as planned. But above all, they cared about their game because they loved games. It's really that simple, said the Oracle. Winning Game of the Year turned out to be a life-changing event for us. It was an amazing thing. To those who will win Game of the Year 2024, you have no idea what's waiting for you. It's an incredible honor, and you're in for a heck of a ride. Now remember, should you be told to wrap it up for tonight, you can always come back next year and chat for 3 minutes, okay? So now, to pay tribute to the nominees for Game of the Year, once again, Lorna Balfe and the TGA Orchestra.
Yeah. I mean, that's brilliant.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, it's, and we've strayed so far away from that, and Hollywood has strayed so far away from that, where it's no longer about just telling a good story, which is like, I'm like a broken record at this point. It's more so about numbers and analytics by people who don't understand story, by people who aren't creative, or at least aren't flexing their creative bone. And they're just focused on making a profit as much as they can. And I would say to that, don't make a profit as much as you can. Try to make a profit, sure, to keep yourself going for the next thing, but really not at the behest of the story, of making people feel inspired. Try to create something that's top-notch quality where people are like, I can't believe we got this. And I think, your company will speak for years to come. It won't go under, and people won't be speaking ill on it. So I'd much rather, have a company that doesn't make as much as the next guy, but is loved and favored by everybody. And in turn, that'll yield so much more in just praise and appreciation, and also sales, I think, too, in terms of movies or product, whatever it might be. So I'd say focus on the product as much as you can, and make it how you want it to be instead of numbers, because that's really where it starts to fall and fail. And that's what's happening with Disney and Hollywood and everything today. So that's the issue. What do you think?
I think you're absolutely right. I think that it needs a figurehead at the top of the organization that respects what came before and values what will come after,
Yeah.
and hires people appropriately for that. I think leadership is integral. And I think that a sinking ship, which Star Wars is right now, we need to look directly at leadership, and the person who's in charge of green lighting projects and pushing other projects. And, that's Kathleen Kennedy. And Kathleen Kennedy has proven that she cannot deliver the product that I think Star Wars deserves, and that we as fans of this franchise deserve. They've changed it into something that is often unrecognizable, and it's extremely disappointing.
Yeah.
So
I agree.
we talked about it earlier, but they don't have competition. It's all upside. But
Well-
when you don't have competition, you're not really pushing to be as good as you can.
Yeah. Well, that's why independent filmmakers and comic book writers and independent in general is always going to
Mhm.
prevail, just like Lucasfilm did back when George owned it.
Yeah. And when I say competition, I mean like there's no direct IP that stands like opposed to Star Wars. The closest thing you really have is Dune, but it's
Mhm.
just so much smaller. and scale, and just so many people just know Star Wars so much better than they know Dune. It's just not fair.
Yeah.
It's got no competition. But because there's no competition, look at DC. DC rebooted, they retooled, they released. But there's nothing propelling Star Wars to do that.
Yeah. No,
They're just so complacent.
it should always be about telling a story, and that's it. And today it's just focused on shit that's everything but that. So, congratulations, B-Man, on blowing up your TikTok. That's good. Star Wars Stu became a YouTube member. Thanks, Star Wars Stu. That's nice of you. Very nice, my apprentice. It should not be about. Should be about building and making your niche audience stronger to allow others to join it instead of appealing to the bunch who don't care. Yeah, no, for sure, man.
Yeah. That's well put. And that's another problem. They're not appealing to the loyal audience. They're trying to break into everyone else who doesn't care about Star Wars.
Yeah, I agree. Oh yeah, dude, you'll crush that. 250 is the new goal. You'll go to 250. Yeah. Always aim high, bro. I hope Amazon gets it going again. What happened with Amazon?
Didn't Amazon do Rings of Power?
Like
I'm confused. Is that what he's referencing?
maybe.
I don't know. But I think that, like, I don't want Star Wars to go to them either. You know, like if they're making Rings of Power.
Yeah. Well, I really cannot stress enough that independent filmmaking is the future. And then, but the problem is that some big giant rich company is going to come and swoop up those independent filmmakers and be like, we're going to give you tens of millions of dollars to buy you out or to make you work for us. And then the whole thing changes. So, what you need is, an anomaly like George Lucas, who makes something that is so revolutionary, so successful, makes so much money that he can fund everything himself, and he becomes that massive multi-billion-dollar company, media company. But that never happens. It's so rare. So we'll see. It's kind of like what Rippaverse is doing now with his comics. He's massively successful, and I feel like he's just only begun. And Eric's done a great job with that. And I think when the Vader fan film comes out, and a lot of people in the world will see. People who don't know about me or the channel, they'll start to see that, holy shit, how the fuck does a YouTuber do this? And of course, it's a team, but in their eyes, they'll be like, okay, maybe we don't, in the sense of Hollywood, like maybe it's not the answer. Maybe there's other people who can do this. And I think as technology keeps getting better and better and cheaper for the everyday student or person that's working at home, they'll be able to create really amazing stories without multi-million-dollar budgets. So time will tell.
So does Disney course correct before then, you think? Or do you think that that's the thing that compels them to course correct?
That's the thing that will make them understand.
You think that it does follow with the full understanding, though? You do think that we'll eventually get back to at least something better?
There are very few people that see, my vision in general, in the sense of like what I'm doing. It's like, well, yes, I want to tell my story for Vader. But it will also send a massive message that, you don't need hundreds of millions of dollars. You don't need to put in politics and agendas and bullshit. You just need a good story. And it will really show the world. I believe it. It will show the world. It will show corporations. It will show fans that if you have a dream, if you have a vision, and you fight to get it done, you don't say no. The fan outpour of love for 2 and 3 will be, if people thought 1 had a good fan base, 2 and 3 will be results will speak for themselves. People will see. In the next 2 years, people will see, and I think it'll pave the way for a lot of independent filmmakers to really be inspired to create something that's going to be very special to them, to people around the world, and set things in motion.
I hope so. I mean, I
It
really
will.
hope so.
It will.
I can't wait to sit back and just watch it all happen.
No, it will.
The thing that really annoys me currently with the Disney hierarchy is that they're always talking about this lack of stories or a lack of source material, which is just false. Like there's so much source material out there, and I'm confident that if they just expanded and adapted EU stories, that they would have unparalleled levels of success.
Yeah, I know, and I don't know why they don't. It's like, while I have no
It's
problem with
free.
Skeleton Crew, why spend this money on Skeleton Crew when you could have made Crimson Dawn? Sorry, Son of Dathomir,
Yeah, there you go.
live action or animated.
I would, or even just do a Darth Bane series, or I mean, you wouldn't even have to be big budget for a first season of Bane. You could just start out with him as Dessel, but they want to give us these characters that they made. They have to be like these are ours, and you guys are gonna like our playthings, and you're not allowed to play with Darth Bane. You're not allowed to play with Darth Crate. You have to play with you have to play with Jude Law. I forget their names, but it's just so frustrating because those characters are there.
Yeah, I forgot.
And they exist, and they're rich, and they're layered, and they're compelling.
They are compelling.
That's why I think they're going to go Abeloth. I think they just are going to lean right into it. Dave got to have his hands in the ones of Mortis Arc and the Clone Wars, and I think that he's going to lean heavy into the Mother. And they're going to see how the wider Star Wars audience is going to accept a character like Abeloth, because my friends aren't really big Star Wars fans, obviously not as deep as you and I are. So they say, how do you make a character like Abeloth work? And I think my answer is she's perfect. She's just out there enough to feel Star Wars-y and different enough to get people's attention. And everybody says, well, she doesn't have a lightsaber. I was like, that doesn't mean you can't have another villain with a lightsaber in the movie.
Yeah, exactly.
I don't know. I think that's a tough thing to pull off, and I'll be interested to see how they do it. But
yeah, it'll be interesting to see how they do it. But that's the thing with today's Star Wars is, I'm often where I used to be like super excited and like, oh man, I hope they do this and that character. It's now I'm just like, I kind of hope they just leave him alone.
yeah,
because I don't know how they're gonna, they could freaking potentially ruin him like they did Luke.
I'll just be candid. I have no great love of Abeloth as like, if they ruined Abeloth, it's not like ruining Luke,
Oh, exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. So. It's really not like ruining Luke. It's like, all right, you ruined a Legends character, but you didn't ruin Luke Skywalker.
Yeah.
Because you already did.
That's over.
Yeah.
Which is the thing that, like, if Luke shows up in the Dave Filoni films, it's gonna feel a little bit lackluster just because we know where the road ends. At least it does for me. I can't help it.
Yeah, I agree.
But I'm I'm excited for your fan film. I think it will do very well, and I think it looks incredible.
I think it looks good, man. Yeah, I'm happy with it. Characters and detail is something that we're really focused on, and yeah, the rest will be.
It's so tough. I wish I could ask questions, but all I can really say is it looks
ask
really
questions,
good,
bro. Yeah, I mean, but like I think people are just ready to see it at this point.
Yeah,
it's so just kind of have to wait.
You're looking mid-25 for release, right?
Probably, yeah.
That'll be super cool.
I think it'll be great, man.
Do you have an idea when you might know for sure a concrete release date?
Well, we're gonna be adding in this extra scene, so probably like September, October, most likely.
Okay.
But I mean, you guys will be briefed every step of the way, to be honest. So, um, yeah.
Is it still got a runtime of like right around 30 minutes? You were saying last.
Yeah.
stream? That'll be exciting. And this is a direct continuation from Vader episode 1. Do you ever have any thoughts of going back and maybe doing episode 1 in this style that you've done episode 2 in?
Yeah, for sure. But it's pretty expensive, so we'll see.
I just imagine it'd be very cool to one day have like the trilogy into one big
movie.
almost,
Yeah, well, that's the goal. We'll see. But that's what I'd certainly like to,
No, that's cool.
I know you may disagree, but knowing that Disney are good at crunching numbers, there's no way Star Wars can progress at this point without George as the head of Lucasfilm and flushing the sequels. Yep.
I think that's obviously the most beneficial way that we could all go forward. That's the only thing that would have me wake up tomorrow and be like, okay, I'm completely on board. Is if Lucas came out and was like, I am now
Back
the
in
head of
charge,
Lucasfilm
baby.
again.
Yeah.
And we're going to work together to make Star Wars. I think that's the only thing that I could wake up tomorrow and be back.
Yep. I agree. Thanks, Machete Order. You're always so supportive, man. Thought on Fire 222. I want to see a version of Star Wars that's like Denis Villeneuve's Dune 1 and 2. Even like Ridley Scott. Nothing cute, nothing goofy, something epic. Yeah, me too. Gritty, dark, real.
You can do so much with Star Wars. Like so much. You can make it whimsical. You can release 2 Star Wars movies in the same year and one can have the tone of like a Dune movie and the other like the Superman movie. And people would go see both. Like that's how deep Star Wars bag is. But it's pretty shallow as of late.
Yeah. It is. But hopefully it'll improve. They just need to bring on the right people.
I hope Favreau does well. I'll have my concrete, firm opinion on that after I see Mandalorian and Grogu, though.
Yeah, we'll have to wait for that, I suppose. And that's the thing. It's like you don't know where it's going to go, but you're hopeful. And that's the one thing George taught us was just hope. But at this point, it's like, well, are we delusional or are we hopeful?
I guess you got to be a little bit of both. That's how I feel as a Star Wars fan.
Yeah, I agree.
It's like you're saying, man. Like I don't know where the end game is. I know, pardon the whole Marvel pun, but I don't know what this Dave Filoni project is meant to be. I don't know if this is supposed to be the bookend of this era or if this is the beginning of the exploration of the era. We just don't know.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and that's the thing. It's like we don't know. We just need better leadership.
But it's not in an appealing way, though. It's in a like you feel lost more so than intrigued, because you can not know where you're going and be intrigued, but we're just driving in the dark.
Yeah, no, I know that's unfortunate, but we'll see what happens. Someone said, "Can we see the screenshot of the Wookiee that you just posted?" Yes. So here he is. In the very dark catacombs lit up by his green saber. And I asked you guys, what color do you think he should have for his saber? And most of you voted for green, so we're going with green. And this is not Gunji. This is not Gunji.
Wookiees align with nature.
Yeah. You have to realize all of these Jedi have to go up against Vader at some point. Here. So You two down to see my 2 new videos, edits of the duel with my nephews? How is my saber dueling skill? Yeah, man, let's see that. Sure. How's the guitar progress going? It's not. It's not
Dude,
going.
he's not even eating.
Yeah. I should. Somebody has to make Boba Fett badass again.
He was cool in Mandalorian season 2. I liked him in Mando season 2. I rewatched that Boba Fett scene all over again.
Did you?
All the time, yeah. I thought it was sick. Like, yeah, he's got a belly, but like, who cares? He's kicking ass.
Yeah.
Did the belly bug you a little bit?
No, it wasn't the belly, man. It was just the I don't know. It was the fact that he just was like a bitch. You know?
Yeah, I can see
It
that.
just wasn't Boba Fett.
He's more of a bitch in the book of Boba Fett, though. Like, he doesn't eat, like, he's always hurt, and it's just.
That's what I'm saying. The book of Boba Fett.
Oh, I was talking about the one scene in Mando, but I.
Oh no, he was
Yeah.
badass in that, man. And then they just turned him into a bitch in Book of Boba Fett.
I was annoyed at the end of was it the second episode? He's like, "Get me to the back to tank." It's just like,
Yeah.
are you ever gonna fight?
I know.
Again, I think Tatooine is just boring. I
Me
wish
too.
that it didn't take place on Tatooine.
Me too. They really shat the bed with that whole thing. So.
But I love the Mando episodes. I'm confused why they're there, but I do enjoy them a great deal.
A great deal. Yeah. Yeah. It's one of my favorite shots we have. The boys in blue walking in. The clones in the film are going to be on par with Revenge of the Sith. If not, they're going to look even better. Because technology is like 20 years plus now. So
Vader's fist.
this is a very important character. Excited, dude. It'll be cool.
Yeah, how could you not be?
Yeah, it'll be fun.
You still gonna do like the premiere in LA and everything?
Yeah. Yeah, LA and New York. Probably LA, just because the weather's more trustworthy.
Agreeable.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that'll be awesome. You said you had a massive turnout on the first one, so this one would be crazy.
Yeah, this one will have police presence and everything, because, I mean, the first one was like 6 years ago. And the channel was at maybe 1 million subs or something, like 1.5 million. And now we're much bigger, so, you know, we're going to have a lot of security there, a lot of police presence, keep it safe for everybody, and it'll be good.
Are you showing it on like multiple screens at once, or just like
No.
everybody into one big theater?
No, everyone in one big theater. Yeah. Well, but multiple showtimes probably.
Yeah.
Yeah, it should be good. What's up, fellas? Just got my Biff Profi Saber. Hands down the best saber I've ever purchased. Thank you, Chris. Also stupendous. It's a pleasure to get to hang out with you in a setting like this. You seem like a great guy.
Thank you, man. I appreciate that.
Thanks, Chris, and thanks for grabbing Saber. Thank you for the good review, and I'm happy it's everything you wanted. Stay tuned for the new stuff that we're going to be dropping. Well, we've already dropped about 4 new ones in the last couple days, but there's some more announcements coming. What happened to the lightsaber axe that looked from the Wookiee that looked awesome in the concept art? Decided to go against it. I feel like it would take people out too much, and it's cool concept art, but I don't think it would really. It just wouldn't be too Star Wars, and especially Revenge of the Sith Star Wars. And for what I have in store for him, what he's going to do, he needs to have a regular lightsaber. You know.
Can you pull up the concept of the axe? I have not seen that.
Yeah, sure.
I do like the idea of lightsabers being made into like spears and axes. I think that's a fun idea. But you're right about it distracting from the Revenge of the Sith time period.
It does. It really does.
Or from just the scene in general.
Yeah.
I know Canon had like a lightsaber scythe that they introduced at one point from like one of those Dark Side Legend books.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, okay. This is interesting, I guess.
Yeah. Sorry, let me get it up for you.
Oh, you're good, man.
So right there.
Oh, I see. So it's like it's not at all like the Legends light axe.
No.
It's got a full
Yeah.
blade still.
Mm-hmm.
Is the character with the orange lightsaber not present in this concept art?
No, there's a lot of characters here. These were just, concept art that we had made at the very beginning before episode 1 even came out. And I've changed a lot in that time.
Which of the Jedi would you say have changed the least, you think? Besides Mace Windu, that's cheating.
Probably the Zabrak.
The Zabrak.
Yeah, most likely.
He's kind of got Star Killer vibes, the way he's holding the lightsabers.
Yeah.
I guess it's sort of his tattered apparel.
Yeah.
Oh, that's cool.
Hmm.
I can't even tell. What is he? Is he swinging something at Mace? Oh my God, that's Vader. What the
fuck? Yeah.
Okay, that's cool.
Yeah. So you guys are going to see Vader fight a very angry Wookiee, Jedi Wookiee.
Yeah. That's hilarious. Okay.
Yeah. I mean that'll most likely be in episode 3. We're not
no.
That won't fit into. That's a little ways down the story.
Oh. I almost feel bad. Like, I know he's like evil incarnate, but like Vader's having a rough day. Oh.
Yeah. Well, he's got to go against all those Jedi.
That's something you don't see very often is Vader get the shit kicked out of him. Like by a group of them.
Yeah.
Jedi.
Well, I don't know. Does he?
No, not my Vader.
I don't know, man. We'll see. We'll see. Yeah. Let's just say he does something to the Wookiee that makes the Wookiee freak out like that and just
lose it.
Have his way.
It looked like he had all his limbs, so it must be something really beyond anything physical.
Let's just say it gets very dark.
All right.
This isn't going to be your typical like Star Wars. It gets pretty dark. It gets pretty yeah. I wonder if we're going to get any like emails from parents being like, "How could you make this?" I'm like, well,
you gonna put a warning before it?
Listen, man, this is my story, okay? So this is what I wanted to see, and Vader needs to be dark. He needs to be Vader,
a Sith Lord,
unapologetic. There's no like storming into the Inquisitor headquarters and like choking Reva and then putting her down gently. Like this, like Vader doesn't give a shit about anybody.
He does put her down very gently, doesn't he?
Yeah, well, that's what you get when you have Deborah Chow and Joby Harold writing or directing Vader.
Vader's so weak in Kenobi. I hate it. Because in my mind, Legends Vader beats Obi-Wan. Like any Vader beats any Hermit Obi-Wan in Legends.
Yeah. So this is going to be the closest rated R Darth Vader story that the world will probably ever get, unless Disney decides to do something themselves. But this will be the fan film rated R kind of version of Darth Vader.
That'll be cool.
Not
We'll
over
get
the
a
top.
rated
It's not going to be like disgusting or over anything like that. But it's it'll be very Star Wars, but very much Anakin Order 66, but in the suit. Unapologetic, just fucking hates the Jedi, and it's gonna be cool, man. But
People
it's
wanted
not
to
just
see
like
it.
I've seen some people say like, oh, it's just gonna be a fight scene. It's like, no. What I've done is I've created something that's like it beautifully dances fighting and story, and you get this. It just goes up and up and up and up, and then in the end, the fighting is just freaking insane, and the story is just huge, and it comes to this massive climax, and you wonder where it's going to go.
So the chat's saying it's more brutal than gory. Brutal's a
Yeah,
good
yeah.
word for it.
It's not gory, but it's brutal. Like, I mean, what do you expect from Vader when he's going up against 10 plus Jedi that are there to kill him?
Death.
At his wife's tomb, or the place of his wife's tomb. It's how does he deal with that on an emotional level? How does he deal with it on a physical level? It's not going to be a Praetorian Guard bullshit scene where one guy, there 10 of them cornering Rey, and then it's just one person attacking her. It's everybody's going to be attacking him at the same time.
They're not going out for beers after.
No, but also you have to remember Vader doesn't take out his lightsaber for anybody, and Vader's got a big ego. So, he doesn't deem a lot of Jedi worthy of using his lightsaber on them. So how is he going to put himself in the disadvantage where in his head, he's got this chip on his shoulder that he thinks that if he does use his lightsaber, then these Jedi are worthy of his blade. So it's like, how does he handle that? Like, how does he, does he end up using more of his force abilities? Does he end up being extremely fast? Does he end up having to use his lightsaber? Does he use their lightsabers? So you guys are gonna see some choreography that Nick Gillard always wanted to do, and you're gonna see some crazy ass shit, and it'll speak for itself. You're
How
in for
many
a treat.
Jedi are we talking? How many Jedi?
10.
10.
By the time they get to Vader, it's 10.
So more than we've ever seen anybody run out.
Oh, 11 with Mace. 11 with Mace.
Is Windu an active participant in that duel, or is he sort of sitting back, analyzing, looking, how does this guy fight? Or does he know Vader is a good fighter? Is he acquainted with how he's going to approach things? Or is this like a lesson for him too? I'm just you don't know?
I don't know. You're going to have to wait and see. That's a 2026 question.
Is there a moment in the fighting where Vader knows that he has to take it seriously from this point on?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. The image on.
Yeah, there's a moment. There's a moment where it's something snaps, something clicks, and he yeah, man.
Is it a moment of Jedi skill, or is it a moment of emotional turmoil that makes him turn it on? Or a combination? Maybe. You don't know. All right.
Yeah.
Where the heck? So this is on Naboo. I'm trying to like questions I can ask that's like not obviously they're on Naboo. If they're in her tomb, I guess you could say.
Yeah.
God, that's messed up. He literally is posted by his dead wife. That's not cool, Mace Windu.
No.
Oh man, I can only imagine what he's gonna say to him.
It'll be
gotta.
It'll be free. Let's just say it's my best work. And the haters are gonna be like, that's not saying much. It's like, well, shut up, bitch. And watch for free and enjoy. Enjoy, dude. But this is, it's something I'm making for myself and for the fandom, and being 9 years on YouTube, thanks to you guys. And yeah, just keep supporting however you can, whether it's watching the content, hitting like, grabbing the best sabers on the planet, in my opinion, and just going along for the ride with us.
I plan on doing breakdowns of it on my channel after it comes out.
Sure, yeah, I'm sure a lot of people will. I know a lot of people will do reactions, and I encourage all reactions. Even though I can't monetize the film, you guys can monetize your reactions, I assume, as people have done before. So, go ahead, watch the whole thing. It's for the community. This is not like a... Yeah, this is for the people, man. This is for just every Star Wars fan. Whether you like me or dislike me or whatever, this is for what George created, and just an extension of that as a fan, to create something fun for free for everybody. You don't got to pay, and that's it. If you want to support the project, it would really help us. It is very expensive, and I'm the only person paying for it. There are no investors. I've had investors wanting to come in. I've had companies wanting to come in. And I said no. There was one in particular that wanted to fund it for millions and millions, because they were a very big. Let's just say they made a product that's very successful and it's very well known, and they wanted to have their product somewhere as a futuristic thing in the film. And I thought about it, and I was like, oh shit, that'd be crazy. But it didn't happen. I didn't do it. So, because I knew, man, once you do that, you get the money, and then they may have
Control.
do this, do that. We want this, we want that, and then it's just not about the vision anymore. It's about investors, and I'm not into that. But it would have been cool. But yeah, anyway, so that's why it's taken so long, man. It's taken a long time, and my God, afterwards I'll write so many. I'll probably make so many videos of all the hurdles that we had, because it's like any one of those hurdles would have stopped any sane person. But I'm pretty crazy in that sense, where I just will to not take no for an answer when it comes to making a project I want, and so I will not take defeat.
You talked about making a doc a few casts ago. Instead of just a series on the channel, a whole documentary about the making of Vader.
Yeah, it would be fun. It'd be cool. I'm really excited, man. And I know when it does, when it's all said and done, people will come back and watch these videos and just see these are the behind the scenes. But right now, 800 viewers, no one, only the core audience cares. But these clips will be, in a couple of years' time, they'll be timeless, and people will be like, oh shit, this was in the making. It's like, yep. You guys will see.
It is for everybody. It embodies, fan film perfectly. It's for the people. It's for the fans.
Yeah, man.
The Vader that we deserve.
Yeah. Indeed.
Oh, thank you, Ben Wolf Pottery. Dude, pottery's hard. Pottery is way harder than you think. I took a pottery class.
Oh, yeah.
So anybody that can do it.
There you go. He's popping up. There we go. Tag your graffiti down, man.
Oh, we were gonna watch the guy's lightsaber training.
B-Man?
Yeah, we were gonna watch that. Yeah.
Let's do it, dude.
Thank you, Rossi.
Bro, what? A $2,500 lightsaber? That's insane.
What kind is it? Is it one?
That's
Is it?
crazy. I don't know. B-Man, I can't find your channel. What's going on here?
Can you drop a link? What someone was saying, we missed their super. Zach Elliott sent a super that we missed.
Oh, Zach?
Yeah.
Darth Sebastian is saying Vader should sexually assault a female Padawan. Where the F are your mods at, bro?
Oh, gee.
I don't know, but you literally just brought that to life way more than an unknown comment that I did not even see. $10 minutes ago? Yeah, Waffles deleted it 10 minutes ago.
Waffles on it.
Vader peed on the Wookiees. No. Where is it?
Oh, it's right there.
Hope you're well. What's your goal with Theory Sabers for 2025? Oh man, so much, dude. Of course, another Roger Christian origin. We have one coming probably in the spring. It's going to take that long to probably make it. But I would say, well, I don't really want to announce it yet because it's not time. But I don't want to announce it yet. There's a lot. There's a ton, but we want to grow the company as best as we can. We want to reach as many people as we can, and so far we've done unbelievably thanks to you guys. But we also stand by our product, and we think we offer a really amazing product for especially everything that's out there. Considering I used to review everything myself, and I know what's out there, and I know the market, and I've been studying these sabers for years. I think we're really making good progress with where I want it to go and the things I want to do with it. Trying to be as vague as possible, but there's a lot, especially more conventions. That's for sure. That's one thing I can say. We have a lot of conventions planned, but to infinity and beyond with it. That's for sure. Thanks, Zach. Hope you've been well, man. Will Vader episode 2 have an opening crawl?
Good question. I didn't even think about that.
Maybe.
It definitely does, guys. It definitely does.
When's Stupendous going to show his face?
February. I'll be at the what's it called? The Orlando one. Is it called like
MegaCon.
Yeah, MegaCon. Yeah, I'll be at MegaCon.
MegaCon, baby. Yeah, B-Man, I don't know, man. I can't find your channel for some reason. I don't know what the deal is.
If he's still here. Yeah, he's still here. Can you drop a link, B-Man? Yeah, I'm excited. I've never done anything like that or gone to any of the cons, so it'll be cool.
Hey, thanks, man. Thanks, Ben.
Yeah, thank you, Ben.
Will Ahsoka be referenced in Vader 2 or 3? No. No
I think
reference.
Ahsoka's the last thing on his mind.
No reference. Oh, dude, I can't. I don't know, bro. I found it
You're saying-
last time, but oh, here we go. I got it. Is it this one? Which one is it? That's shorts. Bro, they both got to jump in. Hell yeah.
You will call me back soon.
That looks like so much fun.
Yeah. Ah, he got you there, baby. Bro, you need two. You need to go jar Kai on his ass.
Oh yeah, you can't have one against a 1v2.
That's awesome. I love that. I love seeing you guys have fun with them. All I know is Vader visiting Padme's grave in episode 2 will make me cry. You'll probably cry in the third one. I think everyone's gonna cry in the third one. For sure.
I can't even ask. I was like, my question is, why am I gonna cry? Theory. Like,
I'm probably gonna cry, dude.
Oh,
Yeah.
I could definitely see it's all the hard work.
Well, just this. Yeah. Anyways, I don't want to
The
glaze
story.
it too much. So I just kind of like to let results speak for themselves. So it is what it is. Maybe people won't like it. I don't really know, to be honest. But I think they will. We'll see. I hope 40K will be a worthy competitor for Star Wars.
Have you looked into that at all? I keep hearing people talk about like it being the next Star Wars, but I haven't looked into it. It's a little bit intimidating to try to get into something else.
Imagine Stupendous Wave reveals his face and he's a black dude.
That would shock me most of all.
Why would that be surprising? I guess.
Because I'm not black.
Been a fan of you both since 2016, 2017. I really love the passion and thought you put into work, and I just got my Ghost Saber and Bogo. Hell yeah, dude. Right on. Right on, man. Glad you took advantage of the Bogo. That was the last one of the year. Or imagine if he's gay. Wow.
Who?
I don't care. You.
Oh, me? No, I'm not gay.
Made a short Theory and Wave. Both might appreciate on my channel. It's the 12th short in. This depends from Utah. Are you a Mormon? Nothing wrong if so.
I'm not Mormon.
Yeah, he swears. Don't Mormons not swear?
I know they're not supposed to, but
Yeah. Yeah, they look like they're giving you a bit of a hard time. Thoughts on Andor season 2? I think it's going to be more fun than season 1. For sure.
Yeah, we'll see.
Yeah.
Season 1 had high highs, but it's sure started slow, in my opinion.
Yeah, she's my favorite character too.
I have a learning disability.
You have a learning disability?
No, but Rossi said that. It's the same thing. LOL. I don't, if I have a
Oh.
learning disability, it's new to me.
Ah,
I'm not saying I don't have one. I'm just saying.
I see. Well, I think that's pretty much it, dude. For the
Yeah.
night. Not much else to talk about, really. It's
There's no
very
Star
slow
Wars.
time. Very, very slow time for Star Wars. Unbelievably slow. So, and it probably will be in, I don't know, 2025 until we get Celebration with some news. But other than that, I don't know. I don't really think there's anything all that crazy coming
What a
out except
bummer.
for Andor Season 2 and Vader Episode 2.
Is the next big Disney project? It's got to be just like Ahsoka, right? Or does that come out after Mando?
No, it's yeah, probably Ahsoka Season 2. It goes Andor Season 2, Ahsoka Season 2. Yeah, Vision Season 3. You got then you got the Filoni film or the Favreau Grogu Mandalorian film, and then you got the Filoni film or something. And yeah, and then who knows? Ray movie. Shit.
Shit. But we love you guys. Thanks for having me on again, man. It's
love you
always
guys.
super fun. Love it every week. Every week, baby.
Have you ever created a Hilton made entirely of steel or actual metal? Well, they're all made of metal. Some are aluminum, some are brass. Some are steel. Yeah, that's funny you say that because we have one that we've been working on for 6 months or so, and it's pretty much ready to go. So, and that one is full steel. It's very heavy, but yeah,
Real
you'll see.
steel.
You'll see. Yeah, Superman versus Goku. Who wins? Goku. Disney sold out of Jedi robes. Would it interest you to make some apparel next? Yes. It's funny you say that too. That's one of the other things we're announcing. It's just apparel. All in due time. Trust me, I have a plan with everything I do, and I'm just waiting for the right moment to perfect them and make sure everything is good, and then announce them. But yeah, keep an eye out. You know, I'm much more vocal with all the new stuff on Theory Saber's Instagram, and there's a Theory Saber's YouTube as well. But the Theory Saber's Instagram and my Instagram in general, I'm like on that shit. The whole team is on that shit nonstop. So, anyways, we love you guys. We had a great time. Hope you have a great rest of your evening. And I'll probably be on the gaming channel later on tonight on Theories Arcade. So I hope to see you there. And you can catch my next lore video tomorrow and Stupendous Waves lore video from today and tomorrow coming to a screen near you.
Have a very Merry Christmas, guys. I think next time we stream, it'll be after. So have an amazing holiday, everybody.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, you guys will see me anyway before that. But yeah. Love you guys. Catch you in a little bit.
Much love,
Adios,
guys. Bye.
Baby.
And you're sounding like a separatist.